Community Mechanical, Dan. What do they do?
HVAC.
And that is?
Which, air conditioning, definitely.
Uh-huh.
And the other stuff that air conditioning companies will do as well.
They'll H, they'll V.
I didn't even know they could do that.
They'll do that. The website is communitydfw.com. The phone number is 469-667-7290. You've heard us talk about Travis and the boys out there at Community Mechanical. They've been to all of our houses. Good dudes out there. We have nary heard a negative report about Community Mechanical. They'll come out. We've heard from people who were told by another company this is going to be $15,000. And Community was able to fix it for $100.
That's right.
They're not here to upsell you. They're not here to rip you off.
That's why you should get that preventative maintenance.
You should get that preventative maintenance, and if you do, you'll get a little bit of Dumb Zone merch. And if you get a new system, you could have a sit-in.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. At communitydfw.com. Hit them up.
4669.
The number is not even right.
This number's not right in the song?
No. Well,
why did you give me this song to play then? Look it up on your phone.
No, it's not.
What are we doing here? You gave me that. Did you not?
A long time ago.
They've changed your number since then?
Listen, I put in the right number. The robot lady doesn't always read it right. You got to smack them around a little bit.
Yeah.
Think we have a guest?
What are you saying?
That we have a guest?
Oh, we have a guest now? Mm-hmm. Okay, well.
What else could I have been saying while we were waiting
just started.
for a guest?
We just played the theme song, and I'm Dan McDowell.
I'm Jake Kemp.
I'm Blake Jones, and this is not a good start.
I think it's great.
I do, too.
It's great because you said our guest is here, and that is the great Haralabos Voulgaris. He is...
What's up, guys?
Hey, Bob.
I know it's the training shirt, but I really like it.
No, that's not the training shirt. That's our alternate uniform. Last year's alternate.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah. The jersey. Yeah, looks good.
I love
Thank
it.
you.
I love it.
Yeah.
He's, of course, the owner of Castellón, the Spanish soccer club. He was the director of quantitative research and development with the Mavs. Now, apparently...
Shadow GM.
I was going to say, though, he made that title up. Other people made up the title Shadow GM. For him. I don't know if he distances from that, or you just should lean into it. Be like, yeah, that's me, bro. I drafted Luka. I drafted Jalen Brunson in the same year.
No. I had nothing to do with Jalen Brunson. Zero.
He's a
just
humble
being
man.
honest.
I do think it's funny. I saw an article. I think it might have been The Guardian or something you did, where you're like, I'm a real villain in Dallas, and perhaps to a degree, but I feel like largely you've been exonerated by Nico pretty big. I don't know that anybody's pissed at you or Rick, or we've got a new enemy here.
Hard to be pissed at Rick. I mean, Rick's done pretty well for himself. He was just kind of trying to coach. I don't know.
It's I think he comes out of the deal looking pretty good. There's a ton of stuff we want to talk to you about. Can I just ask you some basic rich people shit real quick? How often do you get your hair cut?
That's a problem for me because I like to get it cut every week. If I was in LA, I would be getting it cut every week.
Okay. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, but in Spain, it's tough to find. I mean, they use clippers, and then they got a whole different program there for how people like their hair, so it's challenging.
Now, would you say daily would just be, like, what about every other day? Don't you sometimes feel like 2 days out? Why not?
No.
Okay.
No. But it would be nice to get this part trimmed a little, like the part in the back shaved. That would be nice.
The hot.
That might be a thing.
So I am fascinated by your current life in Spain. Bought a third division team trying to Monaco. The relegation and promotion system over there. I was reading that article I referenced, or maybe listened to a podcast, and it occurs to me you might be the closest thing we have to Jerry Jones outside of Jerry Jones in the sports world. Like,
why?
Listening to you talk, well, I don't know that you have any children we don't know about. That's your deal, but it's more a matter of, you said, look, I bought the team. I have the right ideas. Why would I implement someone else's ideas who's simply trying to get me not to fire him? I have the vision. I should be the one to implement it all the way through. And I love it because I got really taken with Chip Kelly when he came to the NFL. He had all these ideas, all these innovations. But within that system, it didn't work. He was within the NFL system. It had to be a holistic thing for it to work. And you're getting to implement that. And I think it's fascinating and exhilarating, honestly, from just a sports fan. It's everyone's dream.
Fun. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. I actually saw Jerry Jones about a week and a half ago out here.
On the yacht.
Pointing this way, but on the yacht. Yeah, his yacht was just parked out front here in Monte Carlo. It's interesting.
The Bravo Eugenia.
Yeah, exactly. The Bravo Eugenia. Very nice boat.
So just situation report on the club. What have you learned, or what has worked, or what's not worked? Things that surprised you about managing people. These sorts of things. I'm into it.
I think I don't know. I mean, I didn't really have the first 4 or 5 months of owning the club was a challenge because you're coming into a situation where you haven't hired anybody and they're just there. So I inherited a coach. I inherited a guy who was before the sporting director, and then he quickly learned, like after a few days, that I didn't want him to be the sporting director, and it didn't really sink in. So that was challenging. And I also wasn't really there so much for the first 3 or 4 months. I kind of just wanted to let everything happen. And then see what happened and evaluate in 4 or 5 months. So, but once the winter window came, in football, you have 2 windows. You have the summer window where you can sign players, and then you have a winter window in January where you can sign players. And so once the winter window came, I'd already fired the GM at that point. And I never really have any, I don't know, like, I think this idea that, obviously the Dallas situation, I learned a lot from it, in the sense that I think I can sometimes be in my head a little bit. And so I can come off like I'm not the type of person who's going to go out of my way to be very gregarious with everyone and be like, hey, how are you? How are your kids? I'm not. That's because I'm thinking about things, especially in Dallas. I was just always thinking about ways I could either make the team better, or just like extricate myself from the situation, or make more money to do something else. I was doing lots of different things. But in Spain, it's been good. I think we have a really good environment. Everyone is really on board. We have a good group. Dealing with managers is challenging because it's a very difficult position. There's a lot of pressure there. And so I've owned the team for 3 years, and I'm on, I've hired 3 managers and fired 3 managers, but that's quite common in football. But it's I don't know. It's been fun. It's been really interesting because you combine the data part of it with the human part of it, and finding like ways to kind of make sure that everyone kind of rows in the same direction. I think we've done a good job with that. We've been very successful.
And is the reason why guys haven't worked, is any of it a resistance to implementation, or maybe sometimes like people get you thought of like, you're dumb, you don't understand this plan. Sometimes they don't know how to implement it. Like coaches just simply can't pull it off. What was sort of the tension?
I don't think.
There?
I was never really trying to have someone do something different than what they would normally do. So I wasn't trying to I don't micromanage the coaches. You just provide them with information. The first coach that we fired was just someone who I would never be able to work with ever. He was hired by the previous owners. Really, really not my type of guy. The second one we hired was actually a really good person and a really good coach. Maybe just a little inexperienced in some ways. And maybe just wasn't quite up to the challenge that we wanted. And so that was why he went, why we let him go. And then the third one was someone that I hired, signed to a 5-year deal, recruited him from another club, or a 4-year deal. Very, very good coach. Really, really good leader among men, but very challenging personality to deal with. And me and him, there's just like a moment where I felt like he was not on board at some point. Was on board in the beginning, then was not on board towards the end, and kind of thought that he was gonna, have his way, but it didn't really work that way. So I just let him go and brought the assistant on, and now the assistant is he coached us at the end of last year. He's had a full training camp, and he's someone that I really, really enjoy working with, and I had enjoyed working with from the time that he came to the team. So that's kind of how it went.
Hope it works. If it doesn't, Rick, in a little Ted Lasso-like situation, comes
He messages me about stuff like that all the time. He's always like, hey, like what? So could anyone coach your team? I'm just like, yeah.
God, that would be
He's just funny, Rick's
Don't rule it out.
He's in his head. No.
What's a sporting director?
Sporting director is GM.
Oh, nice.
No, sporting director is the GM, and the manager is like the trainer. In Spain, they call him Mister. Manager's the coach, basically. He's the coach.
Okay.
So sporting director is a GM, manager is the coach.
So are you the GM then?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have the title of president. They have a president and then sporting director. Usually the president is above, and he can sometimes be the owner, but not always. I'm owner, president, and we don't have a sporting director.
Okay.
So,
and we talked about Cuban before. Like, I've always thought he was basically the GM. He had somebody with a title, but
yeah, definitely.
Is that where you're taking a little bit of your?
No, I mean, I just think that's
from?
the way to. No, because I went into it knowing lots about sports and wanting to buy a club. He went into it wanting to buy a club and then trying to learn sports on the fly, I think. So it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
And he'd admit to that. Like he was very deferential to the first guy. I mean, he was really deferential to Don Nelson Sr. in the beginning, and then they had a falling out and a lawsuit, which was actually kind of funny.
There's a couple of those, actually. I don't
know if you remember that, but he sued him for releasing confidential information because he coached Golden State Warriors.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you remember, but then his son also sued the team, alleging that his gay nephew had been assaulted.
Yeah, I'm not getting into that. That's
you brought up what? Fair for me to bring up.
Texas is a very litigious state. I've learned in my short time there, so I.
Hey, guess what? Us too.
Yeah, we know all about that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a very litigious state. America in general.
So I wanted to ask you this, being an analytical guy, but also realizing there's a human element, which kind of sucks. It's the worst part of everything, I think. What do you think of momentum? That's a big debate. Does momentum exist?
I think confidence exists, and I mean, human beings can perform at different levels for sure. I mean, players can, you guys at work, you can have a good day at work, you can have a bad day at work. Now you combine physical ability with that, and especially at a top level. So yeah, I think now when things are going well because of momentum or because you're on a hot streak or whatever, I think you can perform better, and that can be confused as momentum. But there's just something about energy and being having people around who are all very confident. That was one of the problems with the previous coach that I had was I don't know if he was doing it purposefully or subconsciously or what, but he would always talk about how our players weren't at the level because we got promoted from third division, first year in second division. He got us promoted. We went second division, and we didn't really change that many players. And he was just we don't have any players of the level. We don't have any players that have played at this level before.
Right. Ready to run through a wall. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was just, the players are just kind of oh, I'm not good enough for this league. This is odd. I thought I was, I think I'm good enough for this league. I don't know. And it wasn't true either. The players were plenty good enough. But yeah, I don't know. That I actually enjoy that. So to answer your question, momentum, I don't know. For some people, it's psychological. For others, it's, I don't know.
I guess the way I've tried to settle in my head is I do believe in the contagion. I also believe in the hot hand. I just don't think it has predictive value necessarily.
Yeah,
and it always gets
it's too hard to.
Yeah,
it's too hard to measure to know if the hot hand. There's been 3 different studies that have tried to prove the hot hand, and have all come up with different. So, but I've been in situations where I've played, I played tennis, and in the morning or what I used to play tennis 5 days a week when I was in Mexico, and there's just mornings where you just feel like you're seeing the ball so much better, and you're just hitting every shot, and you're not missing any serves. And this is just an amateur tennis. Imagine a professional. So it certainly exists where players are just a lot more confident, and then momentum goes their way. And then there's a human aspect of it that is also, which you mentioned, that part sucks, but I actually enjoy that part. I enjoy trying to motivate players, or maybe make them aware, the players are lacking in confidence. Every player that we sign, we think is really good, obviously. And so we see something that other people didn't see in them. And so, I enjoy that part of it. I enjoy, especially with younger men, I enjoy telling them look, you can go as far as you want in this. What do you want out of life? What do you want out of your career? And we've had some real success stories there where I've had personal connections with players, one of which we sold this summer, which was kind of sad. But it's just part of the business. But yeah, where he really grew a lot, I think, based on having that different approach to his professional career because he got advice from someone older than him who's succeeded in a few different things.
Yeah, I've always thought, I just think momentum gets assigned after the fact. Like if I see a goal, I can see that's a goal. I can tell. But then after the game, somebody will point to that goal and say, well, that was where the momentum started, see, because then they scored 3. But I also believe there's been an equal amount of times where a team is at a furious comeback and then falls short, or a furious comeback and then they keep going, and then the other team can say, well, what were we going to do? It was the momentum. And
hey, Haralabos, if you like this, you should see what happens when a player dies and the team says they're playing for him and then they lose.
It does happen. It does happen.
That happen. That happen.
I want to.
He doesn't handle it.
Soccer and basket, the relegation system seems awesome. Like it feels like that's how you can eliminate tanking. Everybody's, how do we eliminate tanking? Okay, wouldn't that do it?
It's also just great. I mean, you don't reward incompetence, which the NBA does. It plainly rewards incompetence. It rewards like scheming too. It rewards like being sneaky and lying about, we're trying, but we're not really trying. Like I remember in Dallas having to like come up with lineups that were like less than optimal. I mean, everyone knew what we were doing, so it wasn't anything. We had a funny one in Miami. It was like we lost a game in Miami towards the end of the year, and I think it was in Luka's rookie year or second, I forget which one, but Luka was like, fuck this tanking stuff. He was like the one person who was not on board. But like, you weren't actually actively trying to lose the games. You were just playing players who maybe weren't as good as the other players that were on the bench, or putting like players in really odd I mean, I'm guessing that's what they were doing, was putting players in odd situations, playing odd lineups. But yeah, it's not great. Whereas relegation and promotion is the exact opposite. And then you get like a whole city behind you to fight for promotion. You get a whole city behind you to support you when you get relegated, or like be excited when you don't get relegated. I mean, it's just more exciting. It's a lot more pure, and the stakes are higher, and it becomes a more of a community-driven, I don't know, endeavor. And I really enjoy it a lot.
So if we were to fix the American side of this, if you have the relegation and promotion system, can you still have playoffs, tournaments like that in your domestic league? You could, right? You just the issue is the balanced schedule too, right?
Yeah, the issue is you don't have enough teams. So
right.
Like the NBA, like, are they going to relegate you to the G League? That seems difficult. Yeah,
it would be a reimagining of the whole system, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
You need more and more. Like you need a whole pyramid. Like our team. I bought them in the 3rd division. Now we're in the 2nd division. They were in the 4th division for a while. Now our B team is in the 4th division, which is pretty interesting because we got our B team promoted too, which is the under 23 team. Our B
Can I
team's
stop you on
playing...
that for a second? Because that's like that's something I'm very interested in. And some years ago, it was probably like during peak woke time, but Cuban got into some hot water for commenting on the academy model as opposed to the AAU model. And I've always thought, boy, that seems like the way to treat a professional athlete. They go be a professional athlete at 14. They know what they're going to do. So that's a whole other part of it. Is that you're managing that system of it as well? Like how involved are you in that?
400. We have like 400 players, I think, in our academy. We're just building a whole new sports training center, which we broke ground on not too long ago, about 122,000 square meters. We had to buy a former tennis club and close it down.
And kids move like Luka did, right? They move when they're 14, 15.
And they can live there. And we don't have that. We don't have residencies because most of our academy is mostly local kids. But certainly at Real Madrid, they have camps, campuses, and even other teams in our division do. But yeah, it's a big thing. I mean, I'm not that involved in the academy except for I want everyone to play a similar style, and I have someone who does all the recruitment for the academy, the same guy who does all the contracts and negotiations for our first team. And so he's allowed to pick, and as well as the coach, they're allowed to pick whoever they want for the youth team, the under 23 team. My only thing is I want players that are 21 and under, because I want players that have potential to get to the first team eventually. And then you want to play the same style of play, which is hyper offensive, kind of plus EV football, not playing for ties, because that's the math doesn't work. That's like the biggest, probably lowest hanging fruit in all sports is 1 point for a tie and 3 points for a win. It's just absurd.
I read something recently about how there was a guy who was thought to be like the father of modern soccer passing strategy, and he had a strategy that turned out to be basically completely wrong. It was based on passing. Are you aware of what I'm talking about? Like,
I have no idea what you're talking
Okay,
about.
there was
You got a little more specific than passing. Is it like the goal kick stuff?
No,
the
there was a
long
guy
kick?
who had come down to the idea that the number of short passes would predict your scoring chances. And it led to like really, really boring football or soccer. And it's not true.
Yeah.
Like once people figured this out, they realized it's kind of like the NBA. Hey, you could have shot threes before. Like there was
I think what you're describing is I think it's called Goodhart's law, where it's basically where the measurement becomes where the result becomes the measure. And so you try to figure out how to come up with a good strategy based on. So you start basically then your goal. So you say, oh, you need 10 passes before you score. That means you're just going to pass the ball 10 times and try to score. It doesn't work. So
okay,
yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's like a lot of different ways. That happened a little bit in Dallas too, where you'd have all these things that they wanted to know about, like how many times we have to pass the ball because the ball finds energy. And it's just like, okay, well, now you're just basically trying to solve for what worked in the past. It's not necessarily predictive in the right strategy. But yeah, the football thing, I don't know. I mean, football's a lot more challenging than most people think it is to solve or to even determine. There's lots of different styles that you can play. And like any other sport, when your opponent adjusts, then you can adjust. And when the league's playing a certain way, you can zig and go the other way. Like now everyone went 5 out in 2020, 22, 23, whatever. And now you see big teams, player teams are playing big now to combat that. And it's really, really interesting. And before we had guys standing in the corner stationary in the NBA, like what we had, and now it's all motion, movement, and occupying spaces. And so it's really, really interesting how much the game evolves based on reacting to previous hacks that worked.
So you're saying Nico is a genius because he's trying to build a big team in this era.
I like how you guys always bring it back to Nico and the
our
Mavericks. I mean,
audience is not going to hear that.
I should say not you guys, just one particular individual on this podcast.
What?
Yeah, Nico is doing this. Defense wins championships. Yeah, which is why all the best offensive teams are generally the better. I mean, look, it's funny because the Oklahoma City Thunder were the best defensive team I think I've seen in a long time, and it definitely won championships. But they also are a completely different model than what Dallas is like. So Nico just doesn't know what he's doing. Like, we can just be like perfectly honest. The guy doesn't know what he's doing. He fell backwards into a job because he wanted to have, because he had an owner who still wanted to probably run the team and be the general manager. So he hired a guy who was a relationship guy who could make it easier to recruit. And then he learned on the job, and he also has, I don't know if you guys ever done any like physiognomy studies on him, but like, it's pretty interesting. I don't know if you guys know what physiognomy is. It's like basically your face determines you can learn a lot about a person's face or a person's personality based on their face. It's kind of interesting. So
no, I didn't know the word for it. We just say like, this dude looks bitch made. And it kind of just works. He looks in his face like, I don't know that I really belong here or want to be here. And it's there.
Yeah. With him, it's interesting because and a lot of times the way you are will make your face wrinkle a certain way, and then some people are just unlucky and they're born with like, there's certain guys that you look at them like, oh yeah, that guy's probably a creep. Like, and it's
sorry, Dan.
and it's because growing up through life, they're just getting rejected all the time, and then they become a creep. What else are they supposed to do? There's a crypto trader that was like that. I forget what his name was, but he I think he's in jail.
Yeah, I think it's Goodhart's law.
Yeah, right, exactly. Exactly. But I was like, oh, they caught him with pornography child porn on his computer. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, it looks like it.
It's a tough.
Avi Eisenberg, that was his name.
Jeez, dude, he's just sitting there. Since we talked to you last, something that you mentioned has really, really become, I don't know, they're almost, it's like the society side of it's like an epidemic. Politicians are now addressing that the gambling situation in this country, especially with like mobile apps, is out of control. But now we have, at the same time that leagues have had to embrace that for them to get the honeypot, we have player after player after player who's under investigation for their prop bets. And like when you see the videos, I mean, obviously there's some confirmation bias there, but it's Emmanuel Clase like bouncing a ball 7 feet in front of the hitter.
Yeah, they're so dumb. Like, they're really so dumb. Like, first of all, it's interesting because I wrote another post the other day about like societal collapse, or whatever, and a bunch of people like, oh, notice how he didn't mention gambling. It's like, I've been mentioning gambling all along as like one of the primary factors, along with social media, pornography, and whatever. But yeah, it's it's bad. Look, it is an epidemic level because you have younger kids, men especially, their frontal cortex hasn't even formed until 25 or 26, which means they're not able to assess risk properly. And they're given credit cards. It's their casino, they're carrying the casino with them in their pocket, and it's gamified, programmed to get their attention, just like Instagram's programmed to get your attention or Twitter's program. This is a casino, and the attention is measured with how much money you lose. So yeah, it's terrible. I look at these young kids who maybe are trying to emulate what I did growing up, and they think they're going to be. I mean, first of all, even if you are good, they're not going to let you win. They're going to kick you out. It's a completely parasitic, disgusting industry, and I couldn't be more disappointed with all of my friends who are in the podcast space who promote this shit. Like, what are you doing? Like, LeBron James is a DraftKings partner. Like, you don't have enough money. You want to be a DraftKings partner and promote gambling to young people. Like, what did you pass on the crack cocaine sponsorship so you went straight to gambling? Like, it's
one-way tickets to St. James Island. Turn that sponsorship.
Yeah, was the Vicodin, the Purdue Pharma one didn't come through, the check bounce, so you decide to go to DraftKings, and it's just so. And maybe they're not aware of it. I don't know. Maybe he's not aware of how problematic it is. But how can you not be when your peers are going to jail and getting kicked out of the league for fixing games? Like, it's
Yeah, and so I just feel like we've done a few like underdog ads, and I'll tell you, like, yeah, there's something to it. I think I can handle it, but there is something to it where you feel a bit odd. But to defend LeBron a little bit, or us, it's the league. The league is the one who made this to where...
The podcast people I can get, like, look, people are trying to earn a living, and I don't want to begrudge anyone to be able to earn a living. And
I'm not even saying that. I just mean it's associated with the leagues so much now that it's hard to distinguish it from an advertisement for, AT&T almost.
Yeah,
at the
that's
league
fair.
level.
But when you're like, oh, like the same game like Bill Simmons does this, yeah, and I like Bill, he's a good dude. But like, oh, same game parlay, you're trying to promote, like, if you follow along and do the same game parlay, whatever it is, it's just like, what are you even doing here? Like, you really want people to bet on something that, and I get that there's some people it can be entertainment, but it's not entertainment for the casinos. Like, they're literally trying to take your money. Like, it's not like if they have problem gamblers, they get rid of them. They send them VIP hosts to lose more money. I mean, there's many, many instances of that. You can read about it where the guys like lost a lot of money. They don't know where they got the money from. They don't care. They don't. And the fact that you can bet on credit cards is just also so crazy. Like, you should just not be able to gamble on sports through an app on credit. That's just on a credit card. This is a very basic thing for a society, I think. If you want people to be healthy.
I don't get how it's legal. How can it be legal to promote, hey, play this game and you can win? And then if you do win, if you're they will kick you out of playing.
It's like the most un-American. Like, look, if the government ran it and it all went to government, obviously the government's going to mismanage all the money anyway, so maybe this is a stupid idea. But the fact that it's going to private
doesn't always go that way.
But it can, yeah. But maybe the dude from Mamdani from New York, instead of opening up bodegas, he can open up a DraftKings clone in Queens or whatever.
Now we're talking.
Get a falafel and put a same game parlay on the Yankees but yeah, it's just bad. I don't know. I mean, for me, it's just really bad. Like, I hated being involved in gambling. Like, I enjoyed it, but I had to do it differently. There was no apps when I was doing it. I had to find like VIPs or like agents to bet for me, and I was bearding and like getting around the limits so that they would take bets from someone who like people like I don't know if I mentioned Floyd Mayweather was a beard of mine for like a day or whatever, like situations like that. You're always looking for people like that, and it was harder. And now it's just your phone just pops up like, oh, there's a dart championship you can bet on right now, and people are just betting on it. Like, these kids are betting on it. I was at I forget where I was. I was somewhere in America, or not America, sorry. I was somewhere in Europe, and the kids were like talking about, like, they were betting on stuff, and they know, like, they were talking, like, they're betting on like cricket and then women's like handball, like, because it's just they want to bet. They don't care. They just want to bet. They want to get even before they go to sleep.
Can I stop you real quick? I I'd heard the
Yes.
note of Floyd Mayweather, the beard thing. I thought that was like a fake name, like John Barron. Are you saying you actually had Floyd
No,
Mayweather
Floyd
placing
Mayweather
bets
was
for you?
yeah, for one day. One day.
How
I had
does
a guy.
this come about?
I was at a Miami Heat game, and Floyd was sitting like two seats, sitting right next to me. But he was trying to talk to my date, who was like just a girlfriend of mine, like a friend. We weren't dating; it was just like a friend of mine, and he really liked her. So I swapped seats. I was like, "Hey, do you want to sit next to Floyd?" And she was like, "Not really, but okay, sure." And then we started chatting. He started asking me like what I do, and I told him I gambled and blah blah blah. And then he kind of said like, "Oh, okay, I think I know who you are because that's something about basketball and blah blah." And so this professional poker player named Viffer, who's probably one of the most objectionable human beings you'll ever encounter, but I didn't mind him. But most people, if you mention the name Viffer, people will be like, that guy's dope. Most people will be like, oh, I didn't like that Viffer guy. But Viffer somehow had an in, because Floyd was betting on sports already. He was betting at whatever the name of, I forgot the name of the big casinos in Vegas were at the time, Cantor, Fitzgerald, and whatever. He was betting at all of them. And so and he was probably, to be fair, he was also probably bearding for Billy Walters. If I'm being honest, I think he was as well. But anyways, Viffer's like, I know these guys, I can manage them. Like, let's do it. Let's get it set up. Like, just put me in charge of Floyd's people, because Floyd, to be fair, is not the sharpest guy, and his people are also not the sharpest guy. So like, you're trying to explain to him. So like, I remember like we bet one day, we won money. Second day, I was like, I think it was the Pacers. Like, I want to bet the Pacers. He's like, oh, I like the other side. And I was like, okay, well, that's not how this works. Like, you're supposed to go bet the Pacers. And he's like, well, I want to bet the other side. I was like, okay, well, can you just bet me the Pacers and then do whatever you want? He's like, no, I want to bet the other game. I want to bet the other team. I'm like, okay, perfect. So like, we'll just bet against each other. No juice. Like, you take the Knicks, I'll take the Pacers. You get me down for 200. You're happy. So well, I want to bet against you. Like, you always win. And I was just like, bro, like, get me out of, yeah, I don't want to be in this situation anymore. And that was it. I just hung up the phone, told Viffer, like, get our money back. We're done. Like,
how would that, so how did it work with the percentage? Like, how would you make money from Floyd Mayweather doing that for you?
Well, we would just 50-50 it. So if we got down 100K, he'd get down for 50, I'd get down for 50. So it's just 50-50 split. That's one deal. The other deal with people who will sometimes want what's called a free roll. So like a 25% free roll is what they would want. So in other words, they get 25% of all the profit, but are responsible for 0% of the losses over the course of the season. So if you win 10 million, they get 2.5 million. And if you lose 10 million, they don't lose anything. So that's the free roll version. I always want people to take the free roll because I know I'm going to win. And that means my limits are going to be higher.
So, last sort of topic here is poker. You mentioned it there. I have a cousin who's a professional poker player.
Okay.
And
Do I know him?
He's younger. His name's Chance Corneth. He's a
I
great
know
dude.
Chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Chance very well.
So he's told me stories before about like in his younger days when maybe this is when online poker got shut down. He was playing like cash games all over the country. And he's a really sweet, like mild-mannered guy. And he's like, dude, there's guys with ARs, and it's a serious situation. And Gilbert Arenas was actually arrested yesterday for a similar deal. He had a house in Encino, and he was running games with like an Israeli mobster out of his house. And I just wonder, like, what was your history? Come on, dude, we do underdog ads, right? Like, we're not journalists. Okay, he allegedly.
No, but you can get sued.
Listen, that's true.
But he didn't allegedly get. He did allegedly get arrested. He did get arrested.
We have a video of him leaving jail. We can play later. He doesn't seem concerned about it.
I have a funny Gilbert Arenas story. I don't know if I can share it.
Well, you're the one telling me about getting sued, so you're the clearinghouse.
Yeah, probably not. I don't think he's. Yeah, but Gilbert Arenas also placed some bets for me back in the day when I was living in Vancouver through a poker game. And one of the poker guys who's booking him thought it was Gilbert. So he's like, oh, Gilbert's never going to win. I'll just give him super high limits. And of course we won. And then he stiffed us. And Gilbert was like, the things Gilbert was saying to get paid, I was like, I don't want any part of this.
Yeah, well, I watched the Untold on him and Javaris Crittenton last night. To refresh my memory, I'm good too.
Yeah, may or may not have been. I was like, I want to be very clear that I'm not owed any money. For me, I don't care. It's you, like, and I would highly advise you not to take these methods of getting your money. it's not a good idea.
So
and I just basically
allegedly,
said, yes.
I'm saying allegedly, but I'm curious, like, what's your history with, I don't think you're a street guy, but you've had to probably be in some
I was
pretty
a street guy.
serious situations.
I had some serious situations when I was I've never had anything like that with poker, because poker is usually like I'm playing in VIP games. Everyone's like paying via bank wire, and some like you're playing with businessmen, whatever. But yeah, when I first moved to Montreal and I first started betting on sports in 2001, I was living on an Indian reservation in Montreal. And I was betting through a guy who owned a restaurant, and he had accounts. He was losing a lot of money in Montreal, a Greek guy. And I was like, look, I can get down, let's bet Canadian football together. You can bet, like, I'll win. Well, we won. And then these Italian mobsters paid me to visit. And we're like, hey, our boss wants to meet with you. And I was like, okay, I don't know who your boss is, but I'm good. I don't need to really meet with anyone. And they're like, no, you have to meet with them. And I was just like, yeah, I'm good. And I just kind of walked away, avoided it. And it happened again and again. And then finally I was like put in a car and had to drive to Little Italy in Montreal, and went to a restaurant called Zianetti's, and met with a guy who paid the largest criminal fine in the history of Canadian criminal code for bookmaking after the fact. And he was a sweetheart. He was actually a nice guy, but I was like, look, I don't want to be your partner. Like, I don't want to have, I just want to bet. It's like, no, we're going to take all your bets, and we're going to get you down. We know you can win. I want to be your partner. I was like, yeah, I'm not the partner. I'm like a lone wolf. I don't want to be your partner. So that was my one situation with him. And that was like in 2002. And by the way, I talked about this on another podcast. I was so arrogant. I mean, I was pretty arrogant like 10 years ago, but I was really arrogant when I was like 25.
I can't imagine.
I went from being a sky cap at the airport, like literally carrying people's luggage in, to having like $1 million just from betting on sports. And so my head was like, I thought I knew and I had all these edges that were actual real edges. And I was like, how does no one else know this? How do they not recognize it? So I would literally like yell at this guy on the telephone who was like an Italian mobster. I would like yell at him when he made a mistake. I'd be like, what the fuck? Are you some motherfucker? Like, I told you I wanted the over up to 200 and you got me 201.5. I'm not eating that. Click. And my dude, the lady who was working for me, this girl was just like, were you talking to Dario like that? And I was just like, yeah, he fucked up. And then later I would drive home and I'd just be like, what the fuck did I just do? But he was like the nicest guy. He just would take it. He didn't care. He just wanted to win. And he was like a bit of a pushover. So I could literally bully this guy who was, yeah.
Maybe it was refreshing, like, athletes who find a woman who doesn't know who they are, or isn't really, or at least acts like they're not really into him.
I don't know what it was. I think he was just like kind of in awe of my confidence or something. I don't know, but like he just probably thought it was a joke. Like, this fucking dummy doesn't know who he's talking to, so he probably didn't care. But I remember yelling at him on the phone like for like 5 or 10 minutes. Another time there was a lot of weird stuff that I got upset with him, and he was always accommodating, which was kind of funny. Nice guy.
Hey, what do you make of the recent ripped Luka media tour?
Looks great. Like really, I saw a video today. I mean, I don't really spend that much time paying attention to Luka Doncic or the Mavericks for that matter, but a lot of people ask me, and so I looked at the article in Men's Health, and he looks great. And the stuff they're talking about makes sense, because I don't know if you guys remember the previous chef he had. They asked him what Luka's favorite food was, and his answer was ice cream. And this guy is like, and this guy's talking about gluten-free and no seed oils and time-restricted eating and all the stuff that people that want to be fit, I think, do. Loading up. Yeah, so I think it looks great. Like I like, just from a physical standpoint, he looks great. I've never seen him look like that before. So we'll see. It's exciting.
Yeah,
I do think it'll be challenging.
What do you mean? What'll be challenging?
It's just hard. It's one thing to be in a environment where you're like at camp almost, and it's summertime and you're just working out every day. But like I ate that. So that diet that this guy is describing, that was my diet. That's been my diet for 7-8 years. Like, I'm 50. And so I've been eating healthy and trying to maintain my health. And so, but when I traveled with the Mavericks, like, it's a challenge because you're flying, and I wasn't playing. So you're eating after the game because you have to. You're on the plane, they're bringing shit food. People around you are eating shit food. You're in hotels, there's room service everywhere. There's candies everywhere. Mini bar, like I don't have any candy in my house. I don't have any Snickers bars, but everywhere you go. So, and then it's tiring and it's sad and depressing. The life is sad and depressing, is, and I think it's a challenge, and that'll be the part that'll be more mental for him, because he's going to have to not have someone, like he'll have someone if he wants to, but there's just going to be a lot more. I think it's very difficult. Like the food they served us on the Mavericks plane was just like, I mean, it was awful. And that's just normal because it's hard to get like a properly nutrition, proper food, and, the catering, and you're playing in Washington, and you get on a plane, and you have to fly to Philadelphia, and then you get off the plane and it's like 1 a.m. and you check into your hotel, and then you look at the thing, and there's like the mini bar has candies in it. And I would suggest him just to see like on his ride, or be like, no candy, nothing in my mini bar, nothing in my room, nothing. Because it's just, I do that when I travel. I do that. It's in my Four Seasons thing or whatever. It's just there, so I don't have to worry about it. I never have any room service stuff or any candies or anything. So, but yeah, I think it looks great, and I'm excited to see him play, because he is doing himself a disservice by not being in the top physical shape. He's been doing himself a disservice, in my opinion.
Yeah, I've seen people online say now he might average 34, 9, and 9 for a year. Like,
no, but it's.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm messing up.
He's gonna make a difference at the end of games, and it's gonna make a difference defensively.
It's gonna make a difference at the end of a season.
Yeah, it's also the first season where he didn't do a lot for Slovenia, right? I think that helped as well. That's a challenge for him. But there's like a mental part of it too. Like when you're physically fit and you're not hurting and you're not out of breath, like you're just mentally sharper. So you're a little bit, you're not as irritable, and you're not as like quick triggered with your emotions. Because that's the other part for him that I think is always going to be a challenge, because he runs very, very hot. He's very, very sweet off the court, but he runs very, very hot at moments. And so it's a difficult player to play with, I think, at times, because of that, because you're never going to be as good as him. And then maybe you're not going to measure up to him either. And that can be challenging.
Yeah, I'm fascinated by the guy, just the human. I think there's a small part of him that's resistant to getting in better shape, because he's like, fuck you, I can do this without it. And as you get older, you dropped that sort of ego. My only point, I'm not saying the guy's perfect, I'm not saying he always took this serious, is that he hired these people. But I don't want Nico to get credit for motivating him. I think he was on a natural progression, and I just don't want LeBron and Nico being the reason it all happened. But in any case, that's not the case.
I guess you haven't, you're not seeing the plan, Jay. You haven't.
That's true.
You haven't.
I think
what
people
are now
see the vision.
To realize the vision. Yeah, the vision. What a thing to say. Like, can you imagine saying that? That's so bizarre.
It's a sort of thing that, like, if you said, I might accept it, but there are very few other people.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I do.
All right. Well, good luck this Saturday, and we'll leave you with the question we ask all of our multimillionaires: should the human race survive?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay.
People need to find God, in my view. I think whatever that means for you, but yeah.
As
definitely.
you understand him, perhaps?
Her?
It's on the AA charter, buddy. It's God as you understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they do say him, and if you buck back on that and say, like, I'm more of a her guy, they're like, we're already giving you, doesn't have to
giving you that. Yeah.
Don't get greedy here.
But no, yeah, the human, I mean, I'm not going to sit there like Peter Thiel and be like, like when they asked him who's the Antichrist, and he thought about it like, yeah, I might just be the Antichrist.
Yeah.
You're bringing up some good
points. He got asked if humans should survive, and he's like, I don't really have a vision. Or that's
I just have one thing on that. Just sorry, unless you want me to get up. But how are people in Dallas how are people handling the owners of the Mavericks being behind this, being like, big
like
supporters?
The political. It's
not political. It's like you just asked the question, should the human race survive? And you have people who are on a political spectrum who are saying, yeah, these people should survive, but not those people.
Yes.
And that's Mira Madison. That's her thing. I mean, she's a hardcore Zionist. She's they're in favor of this whole thing that's happening. And I just don't get how that's not talked about more. Like, I get that they've made believe her son-in-law bought the team to make it a little bit more politically palatable, but Patrick Dumont, did not
Yeah. So there's a couple of things here. One, it is a very odd dynamic. It's not just that she's a huge donor; it's that she's hyper focused on this one issue, and this one issue is now in the forefront of the news, and it's very disturbing. It's also very odd that Kyrie's there, and like I respect Kyrie as a guy.
I watch Kyrie's live streams because he's dog whistling.
Yeah,
without even really he's literally
you can
putting
tell
stuff out there. Yeah, and it can't be easy.
And so
for anyone.
There's that part of it. There's also, I know you lived here a little bit, but you didn't live here a lot. I'll just let you know, I have family members who have taken trips, Gentiles, to Israel.
To worship Jew. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
To be honest, if you're asking how it plays in DFW, they're like, "Are you kidding?"
Ted Cruz said that. Ted Cruz said that he got into politics because he learned very, very quickly that he was there to serve the Jewish people because they were God's chosen people,
and that Israel, as he conceives it, is the current state of Israel. It was never
not mentioned in the Bible at all. By the way, the word Israel is not in the Bible. So yeah, it's messed up, bro. I don't know. It's very.
That's this weekend. It's messed up, bro. So
there you go. All right. No, but it's just very. It's
look.
Very
can I try to spin positive? Because I have found this as you conceive of him religion. I'll tell you this. I went to school for political science, right? I thought this was something I would be interested in. We're talking about this at a level and in a way with a level of openness that has not existed in my lifetime. It definitely hasn't.
You're allowed to talk about it. Yeah, I had this conversation with Mark yesterday because I was talking about there was like some unnamed commentator who people think is like anti-Semitic. Mark's like, he's anti-Semitic, he hates Jews, and I was like, I don't know if that's true, but maybe he does. I'm not sure. But I think it's interesting that the only people who are comfortable talking about this early were the ones who supposedly were, they were the ones at the very beginning who were talking about how awful this was. The openly anti-Semitic people. Because everyone else is too afraid to say, like, yeah, maybe it's not okay to starve and blow up. Like, it's most moral. Precision army can. It's just sad. I don't know. It's just like, to me, my line is, you cannot starve and kill innocent kids. That's just it. Figure out a way to solve that. If you can drone strike a building and pick out the floor of the commander that you want in another country and actually get the drone to go, or the missile to go right through that, on the 15th floor, third window, whatever, and hit that perfectly with precision, then what's happening now, if you can do that and you're not doing that in Gaza, then something's gone wrong. Because
two responses. One, what if I could also have my taxes pay for that?
Beautiful.
Yeah,
absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and then
you get a lot out of it. Yeah, you get it's just a wonderful relationship. It's interesting though, because it's not helping. By the way, it's not helping your average Jewish person, because it's like, that's not it's not helping the state of Israel either, because the state of Israel as it currently exists, in my view, is at its lowest point in terms of public approval. So. And people want to use now, the thing is, it's Netanyahu. It's once they get rid of Netanyahu, it's going to be okay. It's not just Netanyahu. That's just like, that's not it. Like, he's awful. He's evil incarnate, probably. But there's more to it. And I get it. Look, also I get it. Like, October 7th was a tragedy and that was sad, but like 1,200 people, they said, died there. And now you're talking about 100,000. So 1,000 to 1.
I don't even I know what you're saying, but like, I actually think that when we do that sort of like casualty equivocation, while it proves a point, is not super helpful. Just at the very underpinning of the whole thing,
my point is that no matter,
but
my point is just like it's just.
But it is used as a. But what about this? And so you're like, okay,
what about it? It's very sad. It doesn't mean that you have to, put people through hell and kick them out of a place where they were born. Mostly people were born there, and so were I get that. So it's a difficult situation. I don't have all the answers. I just think it's just very sad that people can't have honest conversation, or they weren't allowed to have honest conversation like this without running the risk of being
fired,
accused of being fired, or it's really sad.
And that's changed.
I went there. Yeah, it's changed. It's good change in a good way. Now, hopefully, this is a lot better than what was happening on campuses where it was like hateful. Some of it, not all of it, but some of it was hateful, and I don't want that, because I want I love everyone. I want everyone to be, but I want people to be able to be honest with themselves and be like, okay, this is not okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to try to end this positively, because Sorry, I feel you. So you went there. You went there. One of my favorite bits ever. I one time looked up the exact location of the Western Wall, the Wailing Wall, and it occurred to me that people leave Google reviews on it. and it's not as high as you think. Some people are like, the parking sucks. This is not as great as I thought it would be. So there's that. And also, I like your platform here. All right? I like compassion, and I like where you're headed. But also, Bud Light had a trans person do some ads, and I need to know what you think about that before I'm able to vote on anything of human import.
That's the other part is now like, it's like now Sydney Sweeney, and it's like I don't know, whatever. Anyway, topic for another day. Yeah, I'm not getting involved in that stuff. But it's weird. It's all distraction. All this is just a distraction. Like all of this Palestinians versus Israel versus whatever, it's all a distraction just to get you to not realize
that they shouldn't have traded Luka to the Lakers.
So they're like, it's all to just make it easier, make it a little more palatable that they traded a franchise player away and got nothing in return.
I didn't ask him to do all this. I would have, they could have just,
Maybe we can cut it if it's not live.
No, dude. This is what we do. You're good, man. Well, I really appreciate you making time for us today.
Hey, you guys are very, I appreciate your dogged approach of getting me on here, because this was fun, and you guys definitely don't take no for an answer. So, awesome.
Awesome, dude. Enjoy. Appreciate you. Take it easy.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thanks. Here's Haralabos.
The second division and beyond. I figured out how to watch their games.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You got a kit?
Yeah, I like this. I like this, though. I think I could do soccer jersey kit for like casual wear every day and be okay with it.
Can't do the shocker every day. You know, that reminds me about Trident garage doors.
I was actually thinking the exact same thing.
Trident garage door company.
It's more than just garage doors, though. It's an access services company, which means your entry gates, your garage door.
Ooh, a gate. I got a neighbor putting up a gate across the street.
You ever have one of those things get kind of sideways on you? You think you're fixing that yourself?
Absolutely not. I'm calling Trident. Do they have a number?
817-51.
Hey, Jake, do they have a phone number?
817-51.
Is this real casual and like we're just guys talking? Hey, go ahead. Sorry.
817-512-1212. That's how you get in contact with Jeremy. Jeremy, welcome to the program from Trident Access Services. He can replace, install new garage door. Maybe you got a new build going and you're building a garage. He can help you get that set up nice.
Nice and quiet. They make those garage doors quiet.
Right.
You can't even tell. That's right. You can sneak out.
TXTrident.com for Trident Access Services if you got garage issues. And Grady informed us that 10% off if you're a Dumb Zone listener. That's what we were told.
10% off for life. Oh, that's TRT if you go to Game Day Men's Health.
I mean,
That's the TRT replacement. Anyway, so that was cool for Haralabos to join us as the show started. But the beginning of the show generally is a little bit of tossing it around and seeing what's going on in where we are broadcasting. And today, it is not the Game Day Men's Health studio. It is high atop my garage in the revamped den. Have any of you guys been to the den before? I've not. Okay.
Sam Mike?
Yep.
Oh, I forgot. You're straight digi now, dog. No analog touch.
I know. It's weird. We're
All
getting
right,
there,
before
though.
we introduce them, Blake, baby update?
We got a date.
We got a date. Let's take a look. Hold on, let me open up the Cal. Let me open up the Ender.
No.
What's the date, Blake?
They let us pick, where, what day and all this kind of stuff.
My existence changed what'd you pick?
Jake's birthday is like it's the 6th, correct? Next Wednesday?
Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday?
The
5th, sorry.
What'd you pick?
Jake's birthday.
Oh, yeah. Your kid will have Jake's birthday.
Yeah.
Now, she could pop tonight.
Yeah, but I'm not taking that seriously anymore.
They don't predict that?
No. Because I told you a few weeks ago, the baby's dropped. That means he could come any day now. And then it's just kind of been in that limbo ever since. So I don't think he's
Did you
coming
hold
out on
a
his own.
spoon with an egg in it over her belly? You're supposed to do that.
I haven't even seen that one. What is that?
There's just some
That's
old
a wives' tale?
1800s thing or something, and to
God.
make it a boy. I don't
Medicine used to kick so much ass. They're
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Let's figure it out.
know. Throw a leech on her belly. That'll help.
Sing at it.
I was kind of telling her, because we have big babies. His head is ginormous already. And I told her that if this was 100 years ago, you might die.
It's true.
Like, she's small. Like, she does not... Her pathway is narrow. So I said, it's kind of good that you're...
That yank.
It's kind of good that we have the medicine we do now.
Or
Because
whatever,
I don't think you would have made it.
Yeah.
But anyway, we
I
played...
think half the people that are your friends would have died in childbirth, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
but-
my grandma had like 3 kids that died.
Right. I think he's just saying, like, in that half, she's in it. Like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can look at some people and think that would have been tougher for you. No, I just thought there was a chance you were going to try to miss my birthday because if it was my birthday,
Like,
maybe
let it
I
be
take
your
it as,
day.
like, proud.
Let it
and
be
you don't
your
want
day.
that. But I don't know. There's a lot.
I thought it
a lot
might
going
mean
on.
something to you.
It does.
Okay. Well, that's
So
fine.
wait,
Means a
what
lot
is
to me.
that, Tuesday?
Yeah. So we go in at 7:30, so I think I'll need Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off. And then I'll be with you guys in camp.
Really?
If he's born with, everything he
2
needs.
arms?
2 arms, 2 legs, and
Normal.
one head, which we discussed yesterday
We
during our
discussed
meeting.
Was
it a
that on
lot.
the air or
We
off?
discussed it
No,
a
that
lot.
was in our meeting.
Okay.
I wouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah, we had some serious meeting talk. Like, what if the baby had the Abby and Brittany?
And we came to the conclusion that it would be good for the show.
Good for the show.
What if it's a Hermie? Is
Is
that a thing you're allowed to say? Well, we're allowed to say
Doubtful.
anything now.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
What if he's an R?
No. But I can tell you this. I swear
would
to God
deserve it.
that if you don't hold him back a year, dude, it's not even about academics. He's on the line. There's no need to put that kid
And
forward.
he's your son.
They're
He's got
on
those.
the line.
He's the second kid.
He's got torque.
He's the second kid, so he's going to get beat up a bit by Brooks. He's going to be an outstanding
Dude,
athlete. It's like your brother.
We just birthed fucking Mike Allstott.
That's
right.
right.
Here. Not hold him back. Don't think of it that way. It's
No, you're not
normal.
holding him back.
It's a
You're
red
putting
shirt.
him in the right spot.
That's right.
You're not holding anyone back.
Yeah.
But don't read to him and stuff when he's young so that they won't think he's smart enough to move on.
Dude, if I had known
Like, don't
the
let
game,
him cite words.
and I was
Don't
like
don't
trying
study him.
hard to be smart. I was
Yeah.
like, this is fun. They seem to, and they're like, oh, this is going to ruin your life. Completely.
Name?
So Tuesday, speaking of ruining your life.
We still don't know yet. I have my name, she has her name, and we haven't
What do you
said
got?
it.
Kendall.
No, I don't want to name
I
her
want to
yet.
hear
Sonny?
the debate.
No, I don't.
You? Why you?
No.
Paha?
Casey Paul. No.
Paha?
That was my pre-getting paid by TCU days.
Do you want to name him like after your grandpa or something gay like that?
Trevon?
No. We did that with middle name.
Duggan?
You did?
Mm-hmm. No, it's not an athlete. Actually, it is, but it's not because of that person.
Caitlin.
Aubrey.
No, we're not doing this. I'll tell you after.
Thanks,
All
bro. I'll tell you after.
Well, that wasn't a guarantee previous to him saying that. And we have sit-ins. So who are these sit-ins? Now, I know Eric Patterson is the guy who locked this in, correct?
Yeah,
Now, does he have a mic also? Does everybody have a mic?
he does.
We're mic'd.
Now, we will have closing remarks, of course. Do you guys pay attention to, like, Reddit or whatever they think about closing remarks, or
Nah.
just thinking about your involvement overall?
Nah.
You're not worried about the people.
Not really.
Last time these three brought us our Lukas to the studio.
Yeah, shout out
Silk.
Silky.
Silk brought him in.
Ooh.
He was
just
no, he's with the same group.
okay. I just feel like you just did a racist thing there.
That wasn't a confusing black people thing.
No, but he assumed it was because he's like, there must only be 3 of them. I can't put them on anymore. I don't know about you guys, but they make me sad. They're useless shoes to me. I should give them to a child in need or something because I'm never going to wear those again.
Ooh, we gave some to your kid too, right?
Yeah, we have those. I've kept all the kid shoes. I don't know. They just look, but
You want me to give him to Angelo?
Dude, what a great idea!
He would wear them.
Say
The
in
flyest.
lieu of your money
I
this
can't
month.
buy you Whataburger
the truth,
today.
I
but-
probably should keep them for Carter. 'Cause I've been thinking about this a lot, and I don't want to do Luka talk today, but he's not gonna get it when I'm like, no, dude, you're not allowed to be Cooper Flag. Like his friends are gonna be like Mavs fans, and he's gonna wonder why his dad like
I don't know, dude.
picketing outside the Mavs.
I don't think you're the only one that turned off by the Mavs.
I hope so.
Hopefully
hold
all
the
his
line.
friends.
Hold the line, because when Cooper Flag's a 22-10 guy, it's going to get tougher.
Eric Patterson. Well, maybe I'll get to these in closing remarks. He's emailed a few times and had some questions, and I thought we could answer them live on the air.
Let's do it.
While Angelo came up, he called me yesterday because he wanted an Uber.
No.
No way.
He had to do his wallet got stolen, his card got stolen, so he had to get a new ID. And to get there, he asked if I could buy him an Uber. Yeah.
And
So
you
he
did it.
No, I didn't.
Whoa.
No, I'm drawing the line there.
Okay, so
I didn't get his food delivered to his motel room because it was raining, and I'm not getting an Uber.
So does he needs to replace the $100 card now?
I've already mailed. It's in the mail coming.
Okay, how much is left right now?
$46.
Oh, fantastic.
So he'll have probably $146 in a week.
Okay.
All right, Eric, I keep telling you to pick up the mic, and then we ignore you. Did you have anything real quick? I did want to say Eric is, at least at one point, you emailed that you were Team Les Hepala. Has that changed with the revealing of the milk sheds?
Nah. Not really.
I met the guy yesterday that coined the term milk shed.
Yeah.
All right.
That he
Yeah.
emailed us. He was at the business. We were at a business consortium
yeah,
meeting.
so he's a success story that also says that.
Also at that business consortium meeting, the guy that invented the 690 sit-in, Scene Kernan, apparently you pronounce it?
No. not
You
doing
do.
that.
That's what he said.
I'm not doing that.
Well, he gave me, where is it? It was like a little envelope. I just had it in my hand. Oh, here it is. He said, this is for Angelo.
Oh, okay.
I know he's given Angelo things before.
He has.
Helped you out. And then Nate from Silverback Construction.
Angelo will use these.
What is it?
Whataburger gift cards.
Oh, nice. What do you know about Nate from Silverback Construction, Jake, if I was to mention him, besides a good supporter of the program?
He's a successful businessman who is a guy who has a silverback gorilla as the logo of his company, and because he's a white guy, I can say that works. You look exactly like a gorilla.
He does.
He's a large,
right, so basically
man
I was
with a
looking for a big
big beard.
dude. He's a big dude.
a big man.
He's a big dude, has big body parts. I would guess he's slinging something down there, but I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about when you look at him, you can tell his head is big.
Mm-hmm.
And he says because of that, he does have that silverback hat. It's got a silhouette of Nate on it. That
Yes.
is the logo of their company.
Yes, in his lowland environment.
It is right here. I'm holding the hat in front of me. And he said he's a member of a exclusive club of like giant heads. And he wanted me to hand this to Clayton and let us now see,
Dang.
does this fit Clayton? He said it's incredible head depth. And Clayton looks at it.
Tell it's got good head depth.
He's not skeptical at all. And look at that thing. That thing looks beautiful right on your head.
Wow.
A silverback construction hat.
You'd look like the running back from the Redskins if you put that thing on, Blake. The dude, the big
Brian
NFL
Robinson?
Yeah. That's a nice hat. Yesterday, before our business meeting, I did have a doctor's appointment, a real doctor for the first time in 8 years. I never got another doctor after we moved from Fort Worth.
You don't go with like a yearly physical?
I would do them at Care Now type places. You could get it done.
Oh.
Just get a physical, get blood work. Or you go to Quest and I'd get my blood work.
Huh.
But I never got a doctor. And then Dan has a doctor over here who he loves. Fat doctor.
My primary care, yeah.
Yeah, so I called and I'm like, I want fat doctor. And they're like, you don't just get fat doctor, dude. Fat doctor's booked till fat doctor says he's not booked. And I was like, well, who else do you have? And they said, well, we got 15 doctors. 7 of them are like not taking appointments ever again. I was like, okay. Or new patients.
Isn't that a funny bit with when you hear people, you say, there should be universal health care. Oh, yeah, you'd have to wait forever to get a doctor appointment. Like, really?
Bro, I've been trying to see.
Because it takes me 3 months to get my main guy.
Some of this is my fault, but this has been going on for 6 months. I've had to cancel because of Wednesday stuff. But I finally get in yesterday. I didn't listen when they told me who I was going to go see. I just knew This person works at Fat Doctor's office, and Fat Doctor's the king. 39-year-old ripped Indian male walks in, and in my head, I'm like, I'm living forever, boys.
Yeah.
I'm riding this guy to the end.
Yeah.
This couldn't be better.
Yeah.
He's Indian. He's ripped. He's male, so frankly, I can talk to him like a person. And I was like, oh, dude, we have so much to talk about. All right. So, and I finally was like, this is my doctor. I have a doctor.
Are you
now.
locked in now?
Yes. We left. We started a
You're
handshake, and I was
you're
like,
gonna
bro,
both be in your 70s someday. And
together.
He'll be remembering
I almost like
all those
hugged him,
times he put his finger in your bottom.
which I asked, let's get it going.
Yeah, why not?
Because he was like, we do it at 45, and, you know, some people need it earlier. I was like, I was pretty hard on my body, dude.
Yeah, I'm a
So,
mature guy. I've always been a little mature for my age.
Order it up. Fingers in the butt on the house, Doc.
Dude.
So happy about it, man. It feels like an adult. And I got blood drawn without passing out, which was
Oh,
key development. A lot of people were
it's a new
worried
thing
about.
for you.
Yeah.
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 Did you guys see the new weather bit?
Well, we got a tsunami of the
Can't keep up.
syphilis variety.
Or have we done this one before? We're now in a heat dome.
Oh, we've domed, D.
We've domed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I just saw it last night. Somebody was saying we were in a heat dome, and I was like, God damn, not a heat dome.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, no. Unless it was winter, I think you'd want a heat dome.
You want to avoid the heat dome while you're in the loser dome.
Yeah. Like, speaking of Texas Tech, Bart Rager, Beast Feast. What do you guys want to do right now?
I
We're in
want
an odd
to-
middle ground position.
Well, no, we're going to do some viewer mail, but it is going to have a sponsor if I can see the sheet.
I'd like to talk to you about One Day Doors.
One Day Doors.
One Day Doors. One Day Doors and Closets. They do what you think they do. They're going to come out and switch out your doors and closets. This is great if you're remodeling.
Does it take like 2 weeks?
It takes 1 day.
Whoa!
And I've heard reports sometimes not even that much. More like 0.5 of a day.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you walk around, you're looking to freshen up your house a little bit. Maybe you don't want to do the full renovation, remodel, doors, closets, switch the color. This is a way to upgrade your house pretty quickly, and they've got deals for you. You get a buy one, get one free door right now at onedaytexas.com/promo30. They do it right out there in front of your house. You can save a lot compared to those big box stores. This is the way of the future, my friends. One Day Doors and Closets.
The Thursday viewer mail follow-up extravaganza inclement fossil thing.
Hey everybody, it's time to answer some of today's viewer mail.
Viewer mail. bracketdan@hotmail.com. That's the fastest way to get viewer mail to us. And then these guys got their own thing. Don't you? You still got mail?
Yeah, JKEMP88@gmail.com.
I still don't.
Same
have
as it
email.
ever was.
Blake doesn't have email yet?
Not yet.
All right, well, let's see. You want to lead off then?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's pull up a couple here.
Trying to find I'm out of sorts.
Are you okay?
Yeah, let's pull
I
this
don't
one up
know.
here. We'll start with that video, Clayton. Don't play it yet, but Eliseo, our grapevine grandfather who was arrested for getting in a fist fight outside of the Tom Thumb and showed off his cast at the Dumb Zone summer event. His granddaughter goes to my daughter's school. He'll send an email on you. And this one, he said, don't know if either of your kids have watched the Netflix cartoon Gabby's Dollhouse. I'd seen it before, but my grandson was watching it fall asleep on my lap. Something sounded weird. So, play this with the video, the audio you'll hear a little bit here, and tell me if you spot anything sus here. Turn it up. So you got a unicorn with a horn. Now when they rub him, his horn shoots out dust.
Oh, my.
Watch, hold on, listen.
Did you see that? When I scratched her under her neck, Luka came shooting out of her horn. That means
What?
she liked it. We just learned something new about kitty corns. They love being scratched under their necks.
Oh, my.
You know, they know what they're doing. That's from Eliseo. Here's one have we put on the list. What do we deny? How do we deny things, Blake? Vehemently? Is that on the list?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Because Nick sent that one in and tagged it later, Scromio Crenell.
Love that.
Yeah.
I have one anchor phrase submission. Caboodle.
The whole kit.
Yeah. Right. Whole kit and caboodle.
I'll take the caboodle, hold the kit, please.
That from Graham, who says we need to make a website for these just like we have with Roseanne's and Kemp's bins. We're on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're going to work
We've
on
heard your comments, concerns, and complaints.
Ryan Russell piles on to the many people who have said they've had a loved one die, and it's very similar to Luka getting traded.
Oh.
Like this isn't just us like guessing now. These are people that actually had a loved one die, like a mom or whatever, and then they're like, yes, it was the same. I felt the same the next day. Now, he says comparing a dead dog and a dead human is a very bad bid. I wouldn't be the person who calls their dog their child, but I need to call my own foul and say I have a tattoo of my dog.
Holy shit.
And his dog died.
Damn, that's cool. I don't know that I would do that, but that's...
He said the exact same emotions that he felt the day that Luka got traded to... He says, don't call me, I don't say fur baby, but it was like, his a big part of his life. Anybody who has a dog kind of knows that, right?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you see dudes with, like, pit bulls will get that, but it would be really funny if you just had, like, a basic, like, lab mix tattooed on you. I don't know if that looks cool.
Does Kirk Herbstreit have a tattoo of Ben?
That's a good question. I got one from Paul, who is a teacher, suburban high school teacher. We were talking about school IDs because I had to wear mine in high school after the Columbine situation.
What do you mean?
I had to wear an ID at all times on a lanyard, on my neck, not in a wallet, not on my clipped on. It was a lanyard.
Every kid?
Every kid at all times from 9th grade on.
Really? You always had a picture of you? Or what
I
was
guess
it?
you would take it off. Yeah, okay. I thought you meant it in pictures. Yeah, it had a picture of you on it. And your grade.
Like walking around Fox?
Yes.
We have those lanyards that just indicate you work there. And
Yeah, so this is how...
that indicates you go to school there?
Yeah. This is how...
Did you, Blake?
No,
we were private.
What does that mean? Like publicly, you had to do that?
They didn't have that many kids.
Right.
We had... there were...
They all recognized...
a couple thousand kids in my high school or more or whatever. So, yeah.
I didn't know this existed.
Well, that means you may not know the other part of the story then, which was I went from basketball to football with about 3 other guys in 9th grade. Like when football ended, we slid into basketball. And in football, everyone just showers naked all the time. Like we're soaping up the floors and like having sliding races naked and like, we're whipping the shit out of each other's junk. We're just naked all the time. It's football. But in basketball, you got over there and they were like, they would kind of get their head wet and like wash their hair, like wipe off. I was like, you guys are pussies. Why are you like this? So I would just walk around with my ID just on my junk every day in the locker room and be like, has anyone seen it? Like walk over. Because they were so uncomfortable. And like then one of my other buddies who was a football dude, he would get naked and we had exposed pipes in the shower. It was like a basement. And he's just doing pull-ups on it, like helicoptering it. You got to get the basketball boys loose. This guy says last year they caught 7 students on campus who were not students of that high school in a year. One walked an hour from his school just to wander ours. They don't come to class. They hang out in bathrooms and wander the halls. The bathrooms are now a big hangout. We have to put a 5-minute limit on any bathroom trips because some students will just skip class and vape in the bathroom all day. Schools are big. Kids can wander around undetected. He just says it's generally just like a minor distraction. But once he had a mad ex-boyfriend banging on his classroom door trying to get after his ex-girlfriend. And he was there from another school. And Like, it happens. Kids just show up at other schools and want to. I don't know. That'd be the last thing I was doing if I was cutting schools. Like,
Go
is there
to another
one
school.
of these?
Yeah.
So the IDs, full effect.
Brandon has a new show idea. He said, in Denton, y'all mentioned the Chip and JoJo show.
Mm-hmm. The Mini Rennie.
And his idea was 2 hot lesbian moms redoing houses.
Huh.
Called Hot Moms Remodeling or Homo Remo.
Okay. Okay.
It's a long way around.
It's a very long way around. Hey, did you guys use Brandon, a listener, is trying to hook up with me to give me some items for this place? Have you guys already used the Denovation?
We have not.
Okay.
No, that's good.
That one seems so obvious that I was like, I hope I didn't miss them saying that.
Yeah.
The Denovation.
No,
folks.
you're the king.
No,
You're
it's
you're
not
the
for,
funny
it's
one.
not for me. I'm reading the guy's email. God damn it. Like, I know.
So before the Denovation, there was you rebuilt your house. Right?
Brick by brick, bud.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
Sweat on my brow.
So someone sent me some video of you a long time ago. This was from the Cirque TV days.
Okay.
And how would you describe like? It seemed like it was just random questions proposed to Mike Soroy, Mike Marshall, and you. I guess what would you call that?
Dude, basically between me, both
KT.
Mikes, KT, Krennic, and 3 or 4 other guys, we just were at the station across 3 shows for like 7 hours on Saturday.
What is Cirque TV?
We would so Mike Marshall was making videos, and like all of us were at the station board opping, hosting, producing, doing tickers. And so we started making, mostly them, started making little like 20-minute episodes every week. We'd do like interviews and bits up at the station. Because Lord knows it wasn't like we were going to get to do anything creative for the station, so we just started putting these on YouTube.
So this is my viewer mail video in there, Clayton. Brad wants to know if you followed up with one of your dreams that you talked about back in like 2011.
Pro Trapdoor. Pro Trapdoor, if I installed it.
Here's young Jay.
I mean, I would. You know what though? One thing as far as like discussing her bringing home the money. Eventually, I've imagined us building a house. I don't know why, but I've always been like obsessed with the idea of building a house. I really, really want to find someone who will quote me on the bookshelf. The revolving bookshelf that you see in, whatever, old
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
That sort of thing, or old like, yeah. I guarantee you, there's a builder out there who I'll give you a price on that. You got 3 different models.
Dude, that's great.
Yeah, no, it was not an opportunity. But had I been building from the ground up, I think putting one in like a kid's room would be cool. Like, they definitely exist.
Who's my the A1 locksmith?
Yeah,
I always did ads for them. I have one of their Liberty safes. Were telling me a big thing people like to do. Rich people will like a nice hidden safe. Like literally behind a picture type thing. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yes. It'd be great.
And just to put like, you don't have to put anything wild in there. But it would seem like you need something that's really like, this is the key to the post office box.
Do you know what's funny?
That actually has the map to the treasure.
Did you ever see, speaking of like Cirque TV, Cash Soroy did a video where he went to the guy in Dallas who like owns all the collectibles house. Has like the original Batman. He has a bunch of stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But when you open it, it's just more memorabilia. But kind of cool. Do you guys remember? I know you were into this Celebrity Deathmatch.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so came out January 1, 1998. This is an email from Adrian, just sort of reminiscing. So the first thing you should know is Chappie was a huge Celebrity Deathmatch fan. Did you ever get into this on MTV? It's claymation wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny.
So we've been talking a lot about things that are back.
Was it like Paris Hilton versus?
It predated her, but yeah, I mean.
But whatever. It's
It's that sort of that's same people who probably end up like actually celebrity boxing. But we've been talking a lot about things that are back. It feels like this is the time for this. And he sent me a list of ideas. Fights would be in an octagon, of course, instead of a WWE thing. Third man of the booth would be McAfee or Rogan.
Of course.
It was stone cold on the game. The game and the show. Possible matches, Kendrick and Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Zuck and Elon. Diddy versus R. Kelly, winner gets out. Ye versus Taylor Swift. Livy Dunn versus Sydney Sweeney in the Bikini Mud Pit, because they used to do that too. They would have it was the most insensitive show. Let's see. Yeah, he's just I think we could bring this back right now. It had to be in that era. Like the early 2000s were such a disgusting, bloated, Limp Bizkit era that Celebrity Deathmatch made sense. And I'm hoping we're headed back there.
Got a couple gummy thoughts that have come in, but
Ooh,
they're brought to us by Early Bird CBD. That is the CBD company we endorse because that is the gummy that has THC in it. So if you get drug tested at work, they do not recommend that you buy Early Bird CBD.
But what I recommend is that you quit that job and go to earlybirdcbd.com and use the promo code DZ20, and you'll get 20% off your order on gummies with 2.5 milligrams of THC in them each. They'll treat you right.
Nice way to end a day
The
with
best.
a little Early Bird CBD.
Little sauna action.
Some of us might take more than one. But,
threaten you with a good time,
just
pal.
do your thing. Earlybirdcbd.com.
And the weather's changing out there, folks. Act now.
Yeah, that's right. You better get on it. So I got a couple of pet-based gummy thoughts.
Okay.
One is, can you train your cat to go potty outside? Like, would they just be able to hold it all day, and when you get home, they go outside? Because everybody's like, oh, cats, they're so smart.
It's a good question.
Doesn't seem like you can, because they would have, right? We would have done that.
Are they just somehow above it?
That sounds like cats.
Or they're not going to do it? Yes, because
They say you can train my type of cat to do puppy tricks, and I have yet to see that bear fruit.
Have you tried?
A little. It's probably more of a user error.
Yeah, these are all animal ones. You want another one?
Sure.
Boots and Mittens are names for cats. How come, hat is his name
Hey,
for?
this is my. Hey, say hello to Glove. little Glove. Little Glovey.
Now, Mitten is a baby glove.
Fair.
But Boots, they're not baby. That elicits like a rough, a tough.
This is my cat Timberland. It's my cat Timberland Tim's. I don't know. That's weird. But very much a gummy thought.
Here's a third one. What are birds saying, or are they even communicating?
Damn, man.
Like, you ever walk around at night and you're like, there's a bird, and it seems like one answers him over here, and then he does that. And are they saying something? Or are they like somebody with Tourette's? They just talk. Or they're like a homeless guy. They just yell stuff out, but nobody knows what it is that they're yelling out. And they just keep yelling out their thing. And are we only hearing the homeless birds? Are we only hearing the
Wow.
the birds that are mentally, there's something a little off about that bird, and the other regular birds are like,
trying to get to
God
work.
damn, there's that.
He's back again.
There's old Steve,
My
know.
bird seed's paying for his ass.
Yeah, they're all pissed.
Mad at
He's
the
eating out
governor.
of the same. And then I have another one. This is just for me, a pet one. And this came from little Bodie last week. Usually he's right at my heels. Wherever I am, he is. And had gone downstairs, in the evening, and he didn't follow me. And I couldn't find him. And I looked everywhere, and usually he's up here in the den. This is like his room. But I couldn't find him. And then I went up into my bedroom, and here he was. He was just sitting on the bed. And it was just weird. And I thought, you know what? Your dog could have a stroke, and you would never know it. Because, what if he was sitting there having a stroke? And then he kind of got like a little mini stroke. And then he's kind of like he's back into it. He's kind of a little messed up, but I wouldn't know it. Because he's a dog. He's an idiot.
And he's old.
And
he's
he's
not
kind
even
of
really
old.
that
He's
old,
like
though.
10 or 11.
Yeah.
Maybe 12. Is 12 old for a dog?
Yeah.
So is your point like? What is your point? That if
Like, just whatever ailments they have, you just don't really know.
yeah, and that
Like, he might be sitting there suffering, but he won't talk about
and see
it.
that's why when we were dealing with the ACL stuff, it was such a so I was jammed up. Did you deal with that?
Like, he's walking
Okay, I
around.
thought- I knew somebody else. So they're like, oh, both your dogs' ACLs are torn. And I'm like, okay, I've seen her have a little bit of trouble get up onto our bed, but I walk her every day. And they're like, yeah, it's $5,000 a leg, and you can't do them at the same time.
Oh, my God.
It's going to be 6 or 7 months on this one, and then we'll do the other one, and we'll switch the leg, and there's no guarantee. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. I guess there's a chance she's in horrible pain, but I'm just not buying it. Like, the dog would be whimpering. The dog would be limping. There'd be something indicating this is dire, dire, dire. And maybe I'm a bad dog owner because I just said, we're going to work through this. We're going to Steve Jobs this bitch. And look at her.
Still going strong.
Still going strong.
Do you have the exploding cyst on her back?
Let it go.
It's just the one thing I think about when I think of your dog.
So I have another thing from Brad. Who said he couldn't let this go. And he sent me 3 clips from our show. And I'm going to play you the context and then share with you what he said. So let's get this digital board figured out, and here we go.
We must create a separatist movement known as the Proud Bees.
These are Jake laughs that he's observed over the past few weeks. The one that you just heard he called a buzzard squawk.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Kind of,
Yeah.
yeah, okay?
But that's perfect.
Sure. Here's the next one.
My neighbor's daughter was practicing archery.
He calls this one a dog chew toy.
It's the big wind up.
Dog chew. I hear it.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the last one.
Come on. You've never seen anything on the planet go 104 miles
gotta
an
be
hour.
100 miles
I
an
feel
hour.
like you're guessing. Maybe one peregrine falcon zipped by one time.
He calls this a peregrine falcon honk.
Go 100.
That's my favorite animal growing up.
Go 100.
That's great work.
Yeah.
Great work.
That is good.
Thanks, Brad.
Can we give those 3 drops to Jameson and see if we can get a song out of it?
Yeah. An enjoyable song?
Oh, damn, son.
Franco and Franco and understanding of the law and its power. 214 or 817. All threes.
I just got rear-ended. Should I call the insurance company?
It's always best to talk to us before dealing with the insurance company.
Okay, but I don't think I can afford a lawyer.
Don't worry. You don't pay us anything up front. No hidden fees, no surprises.
Oh, thank you. I feel so overwhelmed right now.
Before you call the insurance company, call Frankel first. Frankel and Frankel. Call 214 or 817, all threes.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
Hey, I saw you yesterday when we were at that meeting.
Yeah.
We had a business consortium meeting with a bunch of our great sponsors and a bunch of people who have just decided to join them and try to learn about business. That's why we were there. And I saw Jake.
You know I keep that thing on me.
Do you know what I'm going to say?
Lucy.co.
Sneaking at Lucy, yeah.
/dumbzone.
He,
It was like a 3-hour lunch, and I'm not gonna vape in this place of import.
Yeah.
And Lucy is 100% pure nicotine. I am an Apple Ice guy. I like the 8 milligram with the
puppet.
breaker. Lucy.co/dumbzone. Promo code dumbzone. Blake will get you 20% off your first order. I was handing those things out yesterday like I was on the street team.
They were flying around the 42 table the other night.
Yeah, you see somebody with a subpar pouch, and you're like, what are you doing?
What's your favorite flavor? Don't they have different flavors?
Yeah, I like the espresso, but James was passing around the cinnamon. That was pretty damn good.
Boy, that James. He'll throw some cinnamon on you.
Lucy.co/dumbzone, folks. That's 20% off. And free shipping. I subscribe. They send me my pack in the mail every month. Make it easy.
So on tomorrow's program, I'll have some Schotty for you.
Will you?
I absolutely will. I guarantee it. I've been going through some Schotty from the past couple days. Things are happening at camp. Nothing huge.
He's making a run.
Ethan Strauss said he does a live show on Friday.
He does. I've seen that a couple times. It's in the afternoon.
But he would love to do something next week. Or he said, can we do something next week? Would love to be on. So
we could maybe introduce him to Charles Haley Monday, who's coming into the studio
to just learn
round 2.
I'm just learning now that Ethan Strauss can't be on tomorrow. I was hoping that he would say he could. But all right, so Ethan Strauss next week. Also tomorrow, what else do we got? Any bits? Do we got Blake's Friday bit? Blake's patented Friday bit?
Which is?
I don't know. I thought you said you were going to start doing bits.
I have something.
I mean, I've been sitting on a handoff for a while. Hood County's popping.
The handoff?
Yeah.
Did you not hand off when I wasn't here?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
Too much gold.
You got something, too?
For tomorrow, yeah. And, I mean, dude, the Rangers...
Oh, I know what I wanted to ask you.
Bro, we got a ace v ace this Saturday, 4-game set with the Mariners.
It's a big one who just traded for another bat.
Who do we got? Eovaldi versus someone?
No, Eovaldi went last night, but DeGrom is Saturday. Tonight and tomorrow night, we're going to ride the roller coaster that is the Vanderbilt boys with Rocker and Kumar. That's probably a couple L's right there, but we're going to bounce back Saturday. I'm fired up, Dan. I'm watching baseball
I thought you were
live.
against baseball. Are you reading, too?
No.
Yeah, didn't you say you quit baseball?
No.
You quit baseball and you quit reading?
And I want to be clear, if the Rangers have success, I don't deserve any part of it. I quit on them. That's it.
I'll just jump on the bandwagon at any point.
I know you will. You're a carpetbagger.
Because I think I can. No, but what did you said you were going to watch Luka on the Today Show. Did that bear any fruit? Or no?
I didn't do it.
Oh, okay.
I watched like the first couple minutes of the audio when I got here today, and I was asking you guys, you want to do anything with this? And look, it is weird. He gives 1-word answers, 5-word answers, but no, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
So, okay, I understand, I guess, his PR and his people want to show the world that he's getting fit and ripped and blah, blah, blah. Why? He's going to get a $50 million a year contract.
It feels like, and I think I heard Ethan say this, the sort of thing where they had a Jordan Brand tour thing, they'd hired PR people, and somebody's job was to get him in a magazine.
What? But
and
again,
they just did it.
I ask again, what's the end result?
Go to Slovenia or Croatia. It's just to have the narrative out there.
But why is he like, oh yeah, I'll go do the Today Show? He doesn't care.
It's Jordan.
Oh, it's the Jordan brand is probably pushing him to be out there and be more visible?
Yeah. I mean, he did a bunch of Jordan marketing stuff last week. Same with the Yankee game.
I can't
and the Jordan brand people probably heard, oh, everyone thinks Luke is fat now. We got to parade him around. He's not fat. He's very marketable.
Right.
He killed an insect,
Is that
which
what
I thought
happened?
he was against.
You know, you guys can keep talking if I stop talking for 2 seconds.
Well, it's not that you stopped
We were
talking.
I killed an insect. I threw
the middle of a conversation.
I threw the balled-up piece of paper.
Three-person conversation.
Quote, napkin. I threw the balled-up napkin at the garbage.
And you waited to leave until I started talking, and I noticed.
That was super obvious.
And I could still
That's
hear
why,
it.
like
And
yesterday,
everybody in the audience wouldn't have known.
Yesterday, whenever we were at the business meeting, I was like, dude, if you get up and pee during any business person's time, it's like, I think yours is less important.
Right.
So I didn't.
Good,
okay?
thank you.
And I was not going to get up and kill a bug while you were.
And you had.
He was like watching for your mouth to move.
He
He's
had
like,
bug
he just
guts
goes,
on his hand for
like
2
you could feel
minutes
him just
while
go,
you were talking.
"This
And as
shit's
soon
not-"
as I opened my mouth, headset off, gone.
Yeah.
No, I noticed.
Anyways,
CD said something about the team fight. If we wanted something here.
No.
What did he say?
Okay.
Okay, Dan does.
News?
Well, let's just.
Okay.
What? Oh, you want to do news? Wait, let's just hear CD. Is it funny?
No, but I actually agree with something Schotty said for once.
Okay.
So we've seen it. There was a fight, and
oh, it is late.
CD said he hasn't run as a punishment in a long time, and then Schotty got the team together, and this was his message to the Cowboys. And for once, I'm with Schotty here.
What was the PT version of what Schotty's message? It looked like he had a few curse words.
Do we want to be champions? Because like throughout the years of us being here, talent was never the problem for us. It was always discipline. How do we get ahead and not behind? You know what I'm saying? Now, how do we not shoot ourselves in the foot? How do we not hurt ourselves? Obviously, when the momentum is going our way, we need to continue to keep our foot on the pedal and make the right play and always think about the team.
And we've said it's the training camp is a country club. They're terrible front runners and every reason why they haven't been successful. So maybe if Schotty is lining their ass up and running sprints at practice, brings them back down to reality.
Like they all had to run because of the one guy being in a fight?
Yes.
Oh. Interesting. What do we got here?
You know who else? The coaches, the hype guys were running with him too.
I don't like that bit.
Were they really?
Yeah. They were all running because it's a team.
Didn't he kick somebody out of practice?
Sooner you guys accept that.
Now, it kind of, I guess I can say this. It was kind of like firing Trey for not doing the training because he kicked out a player no one's heard of.
Yeah.
Now, had it been Tyler Smith, he's not kicking him out of practice.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the story of the asthma field.
Yeah.
We know how it is.
But it's kind of old school coaching, right? Maybe Schotty's mixing the old school and the new stuff. Because, see, if I was that guy that got kicked out for fighting, though, I'd be like, I thought you wanted us to compete at every second. I thought we were into the thing where we're always.
And that's why you, Ajani Cornelius, are cut from the team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
You got lip now. I'm excited. What do you want me to say?
The news is brought to us by Frankel & Frankel Personal Injury Attorneys. If you get hurt by some guy named Cornelius and he punches you at work.
Because he's competing too hard, you're like, whoa.
Call the Frankels, and they can get you what you deserve. They used to. They've got people there that used to work with the insurance companies, so they kind of know their little tricks. They know what they're up to, and they know how to counter those actions. So if you do need a personal injury attorney, Frankel & Frankel, 214 or 817, and then dial all threes.
Here's Jake with the Dumb Zone News.
You guys may recall maybe a week ago or so, we did a story about a guy over in East Fort Worth who had his home broken into. And I think at the time, we kind of thought, this has got to be drug-related or crime-related on both ends because 3 dudes bust into this dude's home. And here was the WFAA story.
The homeowner told police several men broke into his house wearing ski masks and carrying guns. Now, police say the victim shot at men to defend himself, and the suspects returned fire. Neighbors in this area witnessed the entire situation unfold.
All right, so that's when we figure if this dude's just escaping through a back window, got off a few rounds and injured one of the robbers or assailants. This is, what are we, John Wick?
Yeah.
At minimum, you're starting to feel like this dude was ready to be robbed. And at least had, not like you got to be a drug dealer to have a weapon, but it felt like he knew what was going on. Well, WFA followed up last night. They went and talked to the guy. And, I don't know what the guy, if he's involved, he's a massage therapist is his job. I don't know if he's involved in the game or not, but he doesn't I don't think you're calling WFAA to be like, hey, will you come do a piece on my injuries if you're like a drug dealer who's going to exact revenge. I think the guy just got robbed. And they went and sat with them. I'll play a little bit of that here.
Associate of Science degree in medical.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Right now, 2 suspects are still on the run after a terrifying home invasion in Fort Worth.
The homeowner managed to fight them off and escape, and he just sat down with Scoop Jefferson to share his story and his long road to recovery.
Yes, Blake, they have a reporter there named Scoop Jefferson.
That's cool.
And
Wait, his first name is Scoop?
And I'm obsessed with him.
That's great. His name is actually
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's also, I also left that in there, a little out of order here, but when they cut to him, he's in a wheelchair. So this part.
Terrifying home invasion in Fort Worth.
The homeowner managed to fight them off and escape, and he just sat down with Scoop Jefferson
He's sitting down
to share
forever.
his story and his long road to recovery. And we want to warn you, some of his injuries could be hard to watch.
This cut here that they stapled together when I was jumping out of the window.
Kristen Robles.
Staples and stitches.
Showed us bruises and
slit from.
That's how Scoop does his reports, by the way, and that's why I love it. His actualities are very punchy. Like it's like a husband and wife doing a voicemail.
Right.
This cut here that they stapled together when I was jumping out of the window.
Kristen Robles.
Staples and stitches.
Showed us bruises and
slit from wrist to wrist.
Cuts he suffered.
Yeah.
Awakened out of his sleep.
What a king.
Yeah, yeah. So they showed this guy.
Why is their news director letting him do that?
it's Scoop. You got to let Scoopy scoop. So, the guy, he's a early or I don't know, mid-20 something guy. He has a job as a massage, works as a masseuse, I guess. I don't think he's like permanently in the wheelchair, but he's got a lot going on, and there's a GoFundMe. But you know what it made me think though? They showed the outside of his house, and it's not a good neighborhood in Fort Worth. It's close to like Poly, Stop 6, and there are neighborhoods over there, and really not that far from like where I used to live too, where you got like bad neighborhoods, and then somebody is like, I'm gonna knock that down and build a nice house right there. I'm gonna be one of the like in my neighborhood currently that's happening, but it's just old white people being replaced by younger white people.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like in a bad neighborhood, somebody's like, I'm gonna put a new build right here, and this dude did that, and his house got robbed, and I always thought, if you move to a neighborhood like that, do you need to like immediately be like, the finish out of this place is incredible. It just looks like a Target to me. So, I don't know. I think you got to kind of know where you're moving and how to fit in and blend in.
Yeah.
So you're victim blaming.
A little.
Yeah.
A little. You know, the shiplap.
Yeah, hey, I want to, this would be great. I can get this price at less.
Yeah, it's like I'm going to put in all these fixtures and things, and it's like, yeah, well, you still live in a place where you need to be very careful. It sounds like this guy was. We don't do this often, but an international story for you. This one comes to us from Dubai. I almost said Dubai. In Dubai,
where do you think Dubai is?
The UAE.
What's that? That's like Arab stuff, right?
That's one of the words.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
United Arab Emirates.
Oh, okay. I thought you just meant there's other words you like to use for those people.
Yeah. Oh, I'm the only one.
Good Lord.
That's the way he said it.
No, you interpreted it that way. I think he was playing
giving
on,
racist.
I think you were interpreting racist.
You're trying to find racist.
That's what it is. He was trying to highlight that
you're dog whistling.
That it would be like if you
I
were
had
like
to look that up too.
It would be like if you were like USA and you were like, is that are the states in that type thing? Yes, the A is in it. UAE. It is like Arab. Did you think you were gonna stump us on Dubai?
No.
That's a big. Okay.
Point is, I don't know where it is.
You're not far off.
Yeah.
You knew.
Probably Sandy.
Can you play the news bed?
God damn this guy.
Is it not showing up?
I just felt dry in here.
Okay, so in Dubai, they have straight up for life.
Is that too loud?
I'm a saint. I really am. You know it too.
You're crowning yourself as a saint.
I see him. He stares at me and does like a little inshallah every day. Dubai banned a dude from the internet for life. They just straight up said, "Listen, man, we don't see this turning around for you."
What do you mean?
How do you do that?
It was over.
It's like what Norm has threatened to do. Like, you cannot go on the internet ever again.
Yeah, and I'll welcome you to never call.
Never listen to this radio station again. Like, how can you do that?
Yeah, so they initially had banned him. I think it was a 1-month ruling for
It's a geofence right around him. Like the little cloud of smoke around Pigpen from Charlie Brown.
Yeah, I think what we have here is a guy who was sending like offensive, defamatory, threatening messages, and in the UAE, they don't fuck around with anything.
Yeah.
So
they didn't even let women drive, right?
I think you're thinking, yes, but also Saudi Arabia is the one that recently
just allowed them to.
Yeah. Can women drive
What next?
in Dubai? There's no way, right? Yes, women can drive.
What next? What are they going to want next? Jobs?
I'm just looking here at ladies living in Dubai. It's an r/I'll get back to. I'm intrigued.
All right.
So there was a murder the other day in Arkansas at a place called Devil's Den State Park.
Are you asking for it hiking there?
Yeah, you should expect it.
Yeah. I don't think you expect to be killed by man. So there was a couple killed. This was over the weekend. They were with their 2 daughters. The 28-year-old man who killed them was arrested yesterday in Springdale, Arkansas, was a former teacher at Flower Mound.
Oh. Local
angle. But that's a weird one, though. You usually don't see
killing out on a hiking trail.
Yeah.
Did you see when he got arrested?
I know it was yesterday at a barber shop.
Okay.
Why, that he got hit at the barber shop?
He's getting a haircut.
Yeah. That's tough.
Trying to disguise his identity?
Well, I just think Jake says that's one of the most relaxing things you can do, and
then all of a sudden,
yeah,
you're just enjoying your day.
There's 5-0.
Yeah, the guy looks nuts. He looks nuts, and I don't know. I read the story, but there's not too much here. It's a 43-year-old and 41-year-old hiking with their 2 kids. They're safe.
Do you have any other murder news? Because I saw something this morning that interested me from Kate Baldwin.
Tell me what is it?
Have you seen the story about the guy who killed his wife? He just got found guilty, I believe. I think he's like a dentist in Colorado, and he was slowly poisoning his wife over the course of like 3 years.
Yeah, I've heard that story before. He got life.
And he was Googling it or something?
Yeah, the Googles were great.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find them.
Like how
much
cyanide will show up in your system or something.
Yeah.
So he would make her a protein shake every day. Like, hey, honey.
A new twist on an old classic.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, he's so cool that he's making the shake for me. You know how long that takes? And then you got to clean it out and everything. And yeah.
Damn, man. How many grams of pure arsenic will kill a human? And is arsenic detectable in autopsy?
Like on his own computer he was doing that.
Yeah.
Did he go incognito at least?
Man, I don't know.
I don't think he would have been caught if he did.
No, you can't get caught if you do that.
Okay, we're going to call this news so that we get to it today. But there was an incident last night at an NBA game between Golden State and Atlanta. Okay, there was an object thrown onto the floor. We'll show you the
WNBA.
image. Did I say NBA?
Yeah. I was
WNBA.
like, what?
Excuse me.
What are you
WNBA.
saying?
Atlanta Dream, Golden State Valkyries.
I did not know that was a team.
The Valkyries?
Yeah, they're new.
Guy tried to kill Hitler, didn't he?
Okay.
I don't know. Is that what they're named after? That's a good mascot, right? Nobody's gonna. Can you cancel that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what their bid is. I just know that's a new team.
Well, they were playing last night, and somebody threw an object on the floor.
This is our second day in a row of WNBA stuff, right?
Yeah, we've had a couple things.
The wig wig fell off.
The wig.
And she went running off the court.
We had Sophie Cunningham.
Like in the middle of the play.
So can we put that one
like
up there?
I can't finish
Clayton?
the play because
There
the
it
wig
is.
fell off.
Oh, dear.
Oh, this is what?
Yeah, so you can see a bright green dildo, lime green, right there onto the floor.
This is a clutch game. There is no time for this.
That's the one we bought for our dorm.
And
just the fun dorm gift that we would just whip across the common room.
in the video that I'd seen, you can really it comes down from on high. It's a god dildo. This is it. The dildo rains in from the cheap seats of a WNBA game. Yeah,
they're all cheap seats.
So Blake,
yeah,
I was lining it up. Blake actually stumbled across. Gatorade actually took this and ran with it, or was it Gatorade or Nike?
It's Gatorade.
Okay, and they have a new ad featuring the same image.
Is it in you? Little Gatorade logo.
Boy, Blake was so
like
excited about that one today.
That one made me laugh.
As it should. Now, is there any big protest planned? Because every time there's a WNBA story, they talk about how they're so unfairly targeted.
Well, this one is tough because they can't even really claim it as, okay, but this is unique to the WNBA because Bills fans have been throwing dildos out there forever.
Oh, they do?
Oh, I mean, it's happened. Tech
Just
fans
Bills
throw
okay.
tortillas. Bills fans are the ones who have notably gotten the dildos on the field.
Okay, I didn't know it was a dildo thing. I just know dog pound. I've thrown milk bones onto the field.
Have you?
Absolutely.
And we will close with a local high school sports story. Is there a high school, Blake, called Denton Braswell?
Yeah.
Brazzers.
When did this come about?
Pretty recently.
Okay. Dan, it's just I've lived here my entire life. I know that where the Metroplex is exploding. It's odd to me there's a high school within half an hour of here I've never heard of. But apparently
2016.
Denton Braswell.
There's like 100 new ones in Plano, isn't there?
Plano, Frisco for sure.
Yeah.
But so this senior who quit the team is now talking to the media and posted an online petition to get the head football coach and athletic director at Denton Braswell, the team he quit, fired. Interesting play. Like, your parents are definitely somehow gassing you up on this.
What's the bit?
He said that the coach was creating a manipulative and demoralizing environment. Read coaching. And that his approach harms players' mental health, the overall morale, that, like, this guy shouldn't be in charge of kids. He's a senior, and he quit the team, and he's like, now I'm...
See, that's tough. Because
going in to be a senior,
on one hand, you just want to say he's a pussy and that
right.
blah, blah, blah. But then there are times when that he might be correct.
I know.
That this guy should not be in charge of kids, And so it's high school sports, man.
It's really, really weird.
It's
like,
tough.
How old are your kids? Do you have a kid at high school age yet?
I got two in college.
Okay.
And one in going to 5th grade.
Okay. And
whoa,
high school sports?
It's wild.
Yeah, I started over. What's up?
So you say.
You got a new wife?
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Yeah,
okay, well, that's good. That's not what I was thinking. I was thinking
now it's
accident.
back in.
I was thinking you accidentally
no,
let off.
New wife.
There you go.
Yeah, she needed her own kid. Are you better with that kid? You're probably a better parent.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Like, I made all these other mistakes. This kid will have it great.
Do the older kids kind of see that and they're like, it's pretty obvious you're a better
No,
dad.
I don't think so.
It's internal, is what most likely.
Hopefully they don't
that's
talk
what you
about
have
it
to tell yourself
amongst themselves.
But yeah, I don't know how I would handle. I mean, I don't. It's a minefield. My mom was very much like the "you're not effing with my kid because I'm gonna do it," and that creates its own problems. But then I think there are also parents who are just like giant pushovers, and they're like, "Well, whatever the coach is saying is probably fine." And that's not always good either.
But there's also a thing where, this is my thing, you actually have to learn in life. You're going to deal with people that are suck, but they somehow are in a position of authority over you, and you just have to learn how to manage through it.
That's a great point. I mean,
You're going to have bosses that you're smarter than. You're going to have this or that really things suck, and you have to just kind of get through it. You have to do this. Now, there is some line, right? If they're like, hey, let's take some pictures of you without those shorts on, that's a little bit over the line, I guess. The point is,
why is he doing this?
Right?
Yes.
I'm just saying, there's you can't just say, blindly, you got to listen to this person, and that's just what you got to do in life. But
and you're teaching your kid about nuance.
Yeah,
which appears to be the.
You're just teaching them that the world is not. And this is something I think we learned as you got into the world. No one told me that the world sucked. They didn't say, you know what, everybody's an idiot. You think that everything is, gosh, when I get out of Dayton, they're going to do things top notch, and it's going to be, And I've heard about people that go to work for the Cowboys that say the same thing. I thought everything would be billion, No, they'll still run things the way that your office might. Not just because they have that logo and the billion behind it. Everything does not run perfectly smooth.
No,
everything is messed up.
Still nailing the secretary.
Yeah.
All right, there's your news.
Oh. There's me leaning over.
The Dumb Zone News.
I'll lean over for Jake.
And subscribe.
This is going to be some, we'll do some birthdays and on this day, and we want to highlight. Oh, man, it didn't work because I didn't have the music up. There you go. Do the whole thing again. We're going to highlight.
The key to muscles and wealth. It's game day men's health.
I went into Game Day Men's Health yesterday, and by the end of the day, they had written a Men's Health article claiming that I had improved on my 42-inch vertical.
Oh, yeah?
And it was all true. 12 locations in DFW, Dan.
Oh, wow.
GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Their bread and butter is hormone replacement therapy, the TRT. If you're feeling down, feeling tired, if you're just trying to deal with a coworker who tries to make things more difficult for you for no reason,
oh, man,
I
we're having
suggest testosterone replacement therapy. You pay full price, you're a bum. 10% off for life with the Dumb Zone. But also peptides, hair loss. They can help you with what you need to be a man. So go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com.
You feel like crap? You feel like an old? Game Day Men's Health. They'll help you with that. We still got
get your weight up.
7 seconds.
Okay, well.
Say something.
I feel like there was a lot of time for you to say something.
The Dumb Zone presents Today in History.
That's
it
the
feels
way
like a
seem.
Friday, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
You know what? It does seem fun. Let's not do the show tomorrow.
Well, that's fun for me.
But I got Schotty audio. Yeah, we got to do it.
Schotty-o.
What are we doing here? Oh, a couple of viewer mail birthdays to start.
Hey, by the way, did you notice that one of our guests hit a weed pen? Does it smell in here? I want to be able to tell people they can hit the pen without it bothering us.
Why do you think I got a place above my garage?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I
would use weed pens.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna. I don't want you to smell it while you're doing the show, though. Type thing. I don't really want to, but I couldn't. So this is a test run. Okay.
Well, if I was smelling it during the show, I'd be don't you love
dude?
Didn't
Just
he do
playing
that?
Piano like a fucking lunatic
What's
on Reefer Madness?
the show we were kind of arguing about the studio?
Yeah, that was a bit much.
When they were eating the weed, and okay,
a bit much.
How about you have someone who's ever smoked pot once?
Here's the problem.
Write the scene where someone's smoking pot.
It's Seth Rogen.
Right.
How did they mess up a mushroom scene?
That seems like his bit. Anyway, couple birthdays today. Dear Clitopher Columbus.
That's pretty smooth.
Like to wish my son Lincoln a happy Kyler Murray birthday. He was the first baby to don a Dumb Zone onesie on this day 1 year ago.
Aha.
His leaders are my wife's boobs,
For
not
sure.
being able to control his bladder like Dion, and his eventual stepmom, Nina Pham.
Oh, yeah.
This is from Travis Gafford, owner, Community Mechanical.
Wow.
How'd that email start?
You don't need to read it again.
Clitopher Columbus. Do you like that one?
Yeah.
Let's just keep it off social media.
I'm intrigued. Yeah, that's one thing we
Okay,
decided
I'm
at the
sorry,
business
I did
meeting.
one video. Lose
Yeah,
a
the
five-figure
business
account.
meeting all wanted to know who was the sponsor that we lost. And I'll tell you what, when you are a sit-in and we go off the air, you get to find that information out.
It's a good point. Speaking of getting to sit in.
5 figs.
Community. I don't know. In my head for the last 30 seconds, you guys have been talking, and I've just been thinking about Travis, who's like 9 feet tall, and Nina Pham, who's like 3.5 feet tall, and it's an odd power couple, but I love it.
He's a big dude.
He's a big
Have you
man.
played basketball with him yet?
No, I wasn't there that week.
Okay.
But
Have you?
There was a situation. Well, we thought he was coming, and then a guy walked in who was very much not him and was like, I'm Blake's friend. And when I told Machine, I was like, oh, the big boy might be coming. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, son.
It's just you've been saying that you think Machine can hold his own with Travis Gafford, and I don't think so.
We're playing full court, though, dude. We're running
I know.
5-on-5, and Machine's like running the break. Like
I
there
have
is
confidence in Travis Gafford.
Look, there's no doubt we'd put them on opposite sides, but the problem is you got effing Roy White down there, too. These are big-ass dudes who run. Come play with us.
Can Travis hoop? Can he hoop?
He started at DeSoto.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. He was like
So,
you know how
yeah,
you get,
he's pretty good.
You know how you
He's
get
good.
one in the 90s, you had one white guy. Greg Ostertag was on Duncanville. So he's
When
that
Mike
guy.
Bassick was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's 6'9".
But you're not going to have a token at DeSoto.
No, he's a baller. Yeah, and he's long as hell. He's just getting back in shape.
Game
we
day
play?
Mansell.
Hey, we play at 5:30. It is made for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a 9:00 game or something.
No. It's set up for the dad life.
Whoa. I'm getting choked up thinking about it.
Holler at your boys.
Is today 7:31? Okay,
It
good.
is.
Yeah.
It is my husband Andrew's 39th birthday. He's a day 3, number 1830 subby. His leaders are Dan and Heart Attack Man. More Blake Lawn Care and Dallas Stars hockey talk. Keep doing what you're doing, Playboys, and never punt. From sports wife Aaron. The name Aaron is hot.
What do you think when you see like a clearly white social media manager be like, wouldn't it be funny if we put black guys at a hockey game and like we'll see how they react? The problem is it's funny, but it feels a little like exploitive. No?
Yeah, I always think
But
that.
I'm not being exploited, so I'm just the dude who's like, I don't know, it feels weird.
I mean, we like hockey.
Just kind of a blanket statement.
So you can speak for every
no,
black person? That's what you're trying to do?
Dude, I did read an article. Seth Jones the other day was interviewed. Like, I had no idea the level to which North Texas hockey has taken off. Like, people move here now for that. Popeye's son, Dan.
Yeah, I know who that is.
And he was just saying, like, now compared to when he started, he's put, like, a lot of his time and money into DFW hockey, and it's, like, a real thing now. It's cool. For my kid.
Couple more. We have Dear Captain of the Cleveland Steamer. Wish my brother Kirk a happy Yogi Berra birthday. Number 38. Yogi Berra, neither a yogi nor a bear. Discuss.
Boy, coffee talk.
Kirk plays
Rhode Island.
wood bat baseball still in case Blake is looking for a new challenge after mopping up in softball. How come you don't play
You're right
adult
for
league
it.
men's baseball?
I don't have the time for it.
What does that mean? It's the same amount of time.
Yeah, you play
softball. 50 minutes, you're in and you're out. I play with my dad. It's easy. Sunday morning. No, the wood bat people want to tell you how cool they are because they use a wood bat.
They are.
They are not about it.
It's a better game.
It is. I don't want to hear about it though.
To compete.
I don't
You're
know.
leaving sports meat on the bone right now. That's all I'm telling
That's fine.
you. Not a position I've ever been in, so I hope it feels good.
My leaders are political candidates who are brave enough to not support Hitler Dan's less bitchy second wife, and Mimi from the Drew Carey Show, who, by the way, is a Roseanne, and Jake admitted to a bad beat to her.
Mm-hmm.
Draw your own conclusions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Less Angelo, more TC conspiracies. Epstein didn't kill himself from Logan.
Logan.
P.S. Jake needs to Kempspin Bob Crane from Hogan's Heroes fame.
What do we got? Do you know?
Gay sex, murder.
Okay, let's look it up. Let's get to the bottom.
Why
of
is that a
this.
Kempspin?
Yeah, I mean, if that, for the most part.
Just the whole existence of Hogan's Heroes is interesting. I was thinking about it the other day, and this is probably a gummy thought, that was it like if you tried to make a sitcom revolving around 9/11/2001. Like there are funny things happening with the dust still in the air.
Yeah. I mean,
like this is a Nazi concentration camp.
I'll give you one.
Or excuse me, prisoner of war camp.
Do you remember Abu Ghraib?
But we knew about the concentration camps, but we still said, you know what, let's just try to lighten this up.
That's definitely the craziest part.
But Abu Ghraib
is when we were like shocking nuts
Okay.
real bad. And, those dudes
They had that one picture of the dude with the
Imagine if it was like that, but like zany. So like when they fry your nuts, it's like whoa, and it's like
your hair's up.
Yeah.
You look like the mad professor.
That's honestly what Hogan's Heroes is. That's insane.
Dear Daniel, the tender, caring, patient lover, and alter ego of Uncle Donkey Puncher.
I was busy.
I am Scott, the retired van life DF, currently hiking the trails in Alaska with great intentionality. I grease the Venmo palm to have you boys wish Ryan Flemons happy 47th birthday. He is literally the best person I know. A top-flight medical sales manager. He's the guy to talk to if you're having urinary prostate difficulty or in need of a penile implant.
Okay.
Ryan's leaders are Dismissive News Jake, subscribing and liking for more videos, and Sarah Hepala Jingles. My leaders are Old Man Blake, Chiggers, and Jake's thinly veiled endorsements of backside play and pegging.
It's not that thin. Neither is the membrane around your anus. That's why it feels that good.
Crank That Hog from Scott Harper.
Fuck, I don't know. Scott Harper, that's a great email.
I'm
going to read you a great sentence, okay? So this is about Bob Crane. During the run of Hogan, someone introduced Crane to John Henry Carpenter. This is like the late 70s, okay? A regional sales manager for Sony Electronics, who often helped famous clients with their video equipment. The two men struck up a friendship and began visiting nightclubs together. So now you got the camera guy and the actor, and they just started filming every chick they banged. Just imagine the regional sales manager for Sony in LA in 1978. He's like just coked out of his mind selling cameras to famous people. What a life.
That'd be great. Dear, writing in for my own birthday as a counter to my brother's birthday wish that most likely blows and mixes in bad bits. Today is my Jeff Heath birthday.
38.
My leader is Seamhead Jake. Please bring back the Bush intro to all Seamhead Seggies from Kirk Williamson.
I wonder what Jeff Heath is up to. Waiting for the next Jan 6.
Whoa, so today is Thursday, July 31st. Last day of July. It just goes so fast. Doesn't it, Blake?
Are we past the halfway point?
We're at the exact halfway point of the millennia. Or of existence. Would you like to know that? If you knew that existence would end in the year 4000?
I don't think I would like that at all. I think...
would we act any differently?
You shouldn't ask me questions like that anymore because I'm going to have annoying spiritual answers now.
That's what I want.
I think if you knew the end date, there would be no point in anything. There'd be no point in any sort of faith or belief in anything. Like if you knew when it ended, then you'd have the answer. And if you have the answer, there's no point to life.
Whoa. On this day in 1990, Nolan...
You can't even say it normal if you try.
Won his 300th game. He was only the third pitcher. He was the 20th pitcher to get to 300, the third to not have a complete game for their 300th.
Oh, he's on your head. He's on your head.
Wait, what does he
now
do?
He's on your
like
head.
those.
He's on your headset, bro. He's stuck to your right ear. Now he's on the couch. Now
What is it, the dirt dauber?
Bro, it was Dan.
Dude, it's not going to hurt.
Okay,
just
but
let him walk
it
on you.
landed on his face while we were
hit me in the head.
That's a bit much.
It's not going to do anything.
Okay, but he's allowed to react to an insect landing on his face at his place.
He's
of work.
coming at me, and I know Dan's going to call me a P if I move, so I didn't, and then he gets on my head.
No, he wasn't being chill, the daub.
Are you guys afraid of the mud dauber?
I hate it.
No, they're just annoying.
Look at it.
Yeah, it's just annoying.
You haven't seen it as up close as I have.
How did they get in here?
I don't
no
know.
one knows.
They're little bugs, you know.
No, we know, but
will you keep an eye on it?
Do they ever make those
Oh,
nests
yeah.
inside?
Daubs?
No. I've never seen a mud thing inside. A mud hut or whatever they make.
A daub.
But they come in here and they'll
attack your producer.
They'll just die.
Yeah.
They'll just walk around and die. I tried to let them. I let 2 of them out last night.
Yeah, well, I think we need to do more of a less of a catch and release program and more of a Hammurabi's
Have
code
you
here.
ever seen him act like that though? Like, what a little girl.
No,
I had something with a stinger on my
I'm with
face.
it. This is honestly the fact that
I'll
you've
give you a
let this.
stinger on
Look
your
at it
face,
now.
bro.
That's not even a dirt dauber, is it? That's a wasp, isn't it?
Where?
Right there.
I can't see it.
That.
Oh,
I
that's a
will
daub.
evaluate it.
It's a dauber.
When you go get truck gun?
How many more do we have?
What did Nolan do?
300.
I would have done the same
Don't
thing.
worry about it.
Walked as you kind of did do the same thing. Y'all both were like, ugh.
On this day in 2014, the Ice Bucket Challenge began.
Oh my.
Oh man, that's
Awareness
On Facebook,
raised.
29-year-old Pete Freites. He was a former Boston College baseball captain living with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Challenged the Howard Stern Show and several friends to participate in the Ice Bucket Challenge. That post became a catalyst that sparks a call to action that celebrities took up. Celebrities like me.
That's one of my regrets.
Wait, I didn't do it.
I did it and I regret it.
What'd you do?
I had my buddy pour it off of a billboard onto me.
Oh my God!
And then
Blake,
I challenged.
Is this around the time that you were like tweeting Chase Utley or whatever you were doing?
I don't remember that. I was tweeting Leah Remini.
I know Medellin
Was it Monty?
No, yeah. That was not me. No, I was not. Can I get a like? No.
Nolan Arenado or something.
No, yeah.
If it's funny to you guys, that's fine. But the ALS Association did report increased additional funding of $220 million. So
You're welcome.
I guess we filmed one here. I never did one, but the Soroys did the.
Yeah, they made it
It's a
funny.
very Soroy thing.
It's very funny.
The parody of the gay beer
Schlitz.
Saturday Night Live commercial. Anyway,
Schlitz gay.
Schlitz gay.
Schmitz
gay.
Schmitz
It started on this day in 2014. And on this day in 2018, a famous wedding. Haley Roberts, she's 38, married a 66-year-old named David Hasselhoff.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like having sex with your daughter.
He did say that would be cool. All right, birthdays today, celebrity birthdays. A lot of competition for Dumb Zone birthday of the day. And this guy should probably get it, but I also want to mention him first. Gabe Kapler, 50.
What's he up to?
And hot. You know what? I texted with him a couple months ago. He's now like the Tampa Bay.
Oh, that's right.
Scouting something, but he couldn't join the show.
Let's call him.
It rules to, like with JD, you get fired. It's conspicuously Tampa. It's like, like Chris Young was saying yesterday, if you know enough, they'll just give you an email job for $400K.
Yeah.
I
He's
just
in that
thought
world
maybe,
now.
Maybe we could go see Gabe.
Yeah, he's not in California, unfortunately. Mark Cuban is 67. DeMarcus Ware is 43. Stop me when we haven't had one of these people on the show.
Wow.
I think he plays guitar now.
Okay, dude.
Emily Jones is 29 and holding.
Who? How old's Emily? Is she old enough to wear or famous enough to wear your age is out there, right?
I don't think her age is out there, but you could search it.
Probably getting close to 50.
47.
Because she was a tech right before I was.
47?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure we haven't had any of these other people on the show before I move on. All right, we have David Blau, 30.
Is that Saad?
Wasn't he
Saad was his backup?
Yeah. I thought, was Saad homeschooled?
No. Private school, though.
Jonathan
I think,
Ogden.
right? Or maybe I'm wrong. Did Blau go to a...
But if you're homeschooled, you can go play
Carrollton
sports
Creekview.
somewhere.
Carrollton Creekview. Yeah, that's a regular.
All right. Jonathan Ogden, 51. Andre Ware, 56.
Wow.
Tim Couch, 48.
Did you believe? You had to have believed.
In Tim Couch?
Yeah.
At that time, we were just believing in anything. Yes, I believe
Here's the
Drew
thing.
Carey. I believe they're back. This guy threw for 5,000 yards.
Nobody
in college.
wants to hear this. Tim Couch would be great today.
You think?
Yeah. He's just running the spread.
He just needed to be one of those slinging around offenses.
Tim Couch, I mean, that's a Leach guy, right? That was Leach's first
like in
guy
Kentucky
who broke big? I think so. So, I don't know. I think there are many quarterbacks in the graveyard who could have played today.
Wesley Snipes is 63.
Wesley Pipes didn't pay his. How long was he away for?
Did he go to jail?
I think so.
I don't recall that.
I bet he was awesome in jail. 28 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Boy, man.
God, dude, imagine
New
being
Jack City was a
fucking
pretty
Wesley
big movie for
Snipes in prison. I need to revisit that. It's been a long time.
I don't think it holds up.
Oh, it definitely does.
But at the time I watched it about 12 times in a row. Thought it was great.
Well, probably also like when you watch that, you don't know a lot about drug dealing.
Yeah.
So you know.
I think wasn't Chris Rock in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one where you first learned you make the ladies be naked, right?
Right. While they're
yeah, you got
bagging up the coke. That's when I knew I wanted to be a coke dealer.
I feel like you could.
Or a Playboy photographer.
Oh my God.
That was as a little kid.
You and your
Boy,
little
if I could just
FBI
be a
shirt.
Playboy photographer, man. I mean, they have to have guys take pictures, right? It's great. Fat Boy Slim, 62.
That guy means something. He made an impact.
J.K. Rowling is 60.
Turf. You like that term? Sam's very online.
Zach Brown is 47.
He is not the guy I listen to, so don't try it.
B.J. Novak is 46. Saad. Speaking of Saad.
I heard he was a real dick, right? Real bad guy.
That checks.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
He's got that face.
Rico Rodriguez is 27. That is Manny from Modern Family.
You know, I have nothing against that show, but much like, well, I violated that one, but I've never seen a second of it. I've never seen an episode, and I gather that it was.
I watched like season 1 or
very popular.
Maybe 1 and 2. Yeah.
Like, was it?
It was like a wife show. Watch with the wife.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like something before it that it's analogous to
and
that
then,
I definitely would have seen. But now,
Married with Children,
for sure.
And have you heard some say, is that actually a follow? That's like their theory is that that's Al Bundy later in life.
People
Got
have
himself a hot wife.
Lot of time.
Yeah.
Although if you're telling me right now, as big of a
Al Bundy,
as big of a as big as a Sofia Vergara fan, or however you say your name, Peg Bundy in her prime, I'm throwing a leg on that 100 times out of 100.
We've had her on, right?
Oh yeah.
All right.
That was a very awkward time.
Henry, birthday of the day.
You're like, hey, your IMDb page is blank here for a few years. What happened?
What was it?
Yeah, I was like being sex trafficked or something.
Oh yeah.
It was something horrible.
Look, it's good to talk about those things. I have 2 here that I have candidates for our Dumb Zone birthday of the day, but I also think Henry might pick one of these.
All right.
And here he is, ladies, intern Henry. nearly on his way back to Missouri. When are you going back?
I think I'm leaving on the 18th.
Okay, we got some time. We'll miss camp, though. We should go do a...
You want to go to camp?
Are you in a frat or anything?
No, we just ended it.
You want to go to camp with us? Let's just take him to camp. Make him sleep in the
I thought about
living
it
room.
last night. I was like, man, I would have... If the ticket had done that for me when I was an intern, like, I would have cried.
Just throw him in the back of the car.
I would have been so happy. And I was like, we could afford it. And the only problem is just Clayton hates him.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
I don't hate him.
I don't
He
believe
just
that.
acts like it's such a dynamic that we have to...
Clayton hates a lot of things, though.
I know he could be better.
He's a kid, Clayton.
He hates the low head depth on this kid. Look at how tiny that little head is.
We'll talk about it.
It is abnormally small.
Yeah. That's what people have said. Little pin.
He's got a ferret, like...
Little pinhead.
Little ferrety. Like,
Yeah.
Pops up out of there.
Skin box.
Whose birthday?
You got a birthday?
Oh, yeah.
Or?
You're killing me.
Henry birthday of the day.
Okay.
I got two that might be.
I think I got one of them, and it's the rapper Lil Uzi Vert is 30, which...
I got 31, yeah.
Yeah, which I cannot believe he's that old. It felt like just
time
yesterday.
flies,
so
man.
fast.
Damn. Yeah, once I realized Vert was 30, I knew.
He's famous from the Intern Sam days.
Intern Sam was a massive Uzi guy.
Because
like early.
He got in an argument with Junior Miller. Junior Miller was upset that Intern Sam had never heard of Bob Lilly.
Yes.
And he's like, yeah, well, have you ever heard of Lil Uzi Vert?
That ruled. And the truth is, at the time, nobody was really able to say how hard it ruled, but it ruled.
Yeah. Well, my Dumb Zone birthday of the day will be the other one that I thought you might choose. And this one's more in honor of Blake because he would have chosen it. Not because of her deep fake, though. But Bobby Altoff is 28.
I was considering that. I wasn't sure if that was going to be something y'all would recognize.
I'm so out on her now.
Oh, what's wrong?
She's fine.
I thought her first couple sit-down interviews were funny, but then when that became the whole bit, and then she became a media plant.
Yeah, it turned out she didn't
You don't
actually have
become
anything.
a media plant. You're a media plant from the start.
Well, I
You
didn't.
get exposed.
I wasn't.
Oh,
I
are we-
didn't believe it. At
She
We're all
signed off
surprised
of
that-
her podcast today, by the way, the last episode.
We're all surprised that, hey, wait, Hawk Tuah Girl actually doesn't have anything. Oh, whoa, oh my God. That's really weird that would be the case.
I bought low on Bobby Altoff and sold even lower.
Well, I see a scenario where, much like with Lindsay Lohan, things get bad enough for her and good enough for me, where this is a possibility.
Oh, absolutely.
Although,
Who was I
I'm
looking at?
torn on whether or not
You
I
know
find
what?
her
I was
attractive at all.
thinking-
She looks like a child.
I was thinking for a while that might be the case with Pam Anderson at some point. I can get there.
Yeah.
But I see now she's like with Liam Neeson or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, wow.
And he's got the biggest hog in Hollywood. Have you heard that?
I have. I've also heard his
I can't
Mandarin
follow that
impression.
Well, also she's been with big hog guys.
Yeah,
That's her
no.
whole thing. How could I ever think I could be with her? What am I doing?
She might want something different.
Does it come back?
She might. Does what come back?
Like if a chick's just been getting hollowed out for like a decade.
Oh, does a thing
is if they just abstain for like 5
reshape?
years, which I bet Pamela Anderson might have.
Kind of the way, like, if you stop smoking, your lungs will become pink and healthy again.
Exactly.
Does that become pink and healthy as well? Or does it stay all blackened? And
That's
anyway.
the grossest shit you've ever said.
Anyway, born on this day, now dead, Jose Fernandez.
Long pussy.
Night boating enthusiast.
Oh, dear.
Dead on this day, still dead, you have Bill Russell. And you have Roddy Piper, who was not a calm dude. He was not a sedate man.
No, quite rowdy. Quite rowdy.
He wore the costume and everything. He had 00 was his number.
In history.
No,
What if
but-
that's why he was named Roddy Piper? Because he actually was rowdy. Look it up.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, we've had a shift on the couch. Looks like Eric Patterson has asserted his dominance.
No, not at all.
And said, look.
We're a group effort. We're a team.
Who's your team? Do you want to introduce your team? Or how are we doing closing remarks? This is up to you guys.
I got a couple things, and then these guys want to add in. They can.
All right.
But I'm Eric. The guys can introduce themselves. I mean, we're...
Okay.
We got mics.
Get up their ass, Eric.
You seem to really nod in agreement when someone commented on the news. What was the viewers' phrasing there, Dan? Over it, Jake's over it approach to the news or something?
Oh.
Whatever they said, he started nodding.
You do that.
I
love you, bro, but
tone?
you do that. And then kind of at the end of the show, you kind of get that dismissive. So
someone has to end it. Like, someone has to end things. But
I'll get through my things quick, so you won't do it to me.
Yeah. Did you find it?
I'm looking.
Oh, well.
Dismissive news, Jake.
Dismissive news, Jake.
Dismissive news.
You remember when your mom would be like, I just need you to stop saying that way. And you just couldn't.
Yeah, that tone.
You're like, I don't know. It's my face. So it's your turn, I think.
Ready?
Yeah.
I just got two things, one for you and one for Dan. I want to co-sign something you brought up a while back. You mentioned second families.
Yeah.
I think this is a real thing. I learned about this through my dad. He's done a lot of research on our family tree, Census Bureau, talking to my grandfather before he passed away. And there's a lot of gaps. He's finding there's a lot of gaps in information. Well, back in the day, like in our culture, I don't know about you guys, like men would work on the train, so they would be gone for like 3-4 weeks at a time. So he said it's very likely that they would have these families on the other ends of the state and nobody would know. And how it would find out about it, usually at funerals or weddings, somebody would show up, say, why are you here? Well, so-and-so's my uncle. Well, so-and-so's my cousin. How? And they start connecting dots, and then they realize that these people have families that
KJ did that.
Yeah.
Nobody knows about.
Yeah, I think he told that story on the show, right?
Yes.
But he got pretty into 23andMe, and so did some other people, and he ended up like finding another son or someone in his family that the guy wasn't real thrilled about.
It's really wild.
They put it together, and yeah, that is the train thing. I didn't even think about like that sort of work back then with no internet. That's
no internet, no communication. Like it's a whole separate life, and nobody knows about it back home.
Some would say a better time. You could serial kill easier.
Yeah, there was an article about that the other day. Derek Thompson had a post on that because we had just talked about it. And there's a whole bunch of reasons, but yeah, it is dead. Dead
serial
scissor
killer?
for the serial killer. Yeah, completely.
You got to hope it's just cyclical and will come back,
Like running the ball.
Yeah.
In the post.
Yeah, big man. Try to get a big man lineup in basketball now, just to counter the whole thing.
Secret families. What was the other one?
Dan, you always mention life imitating art imitating life, and you've hit this a couple times, and you've mentioned the Cosby Show. There was an episode of the Cosby Show that eerily imitated what we know now. So it was an episode where Theo wanted to throw Denise's husband a bachelor party. And throughout the entire episode, the men and the women were bickering, fighting each other. Fast forward to the end of the episode, Cliff hosts a barbecue. Everybody's eating, and all of a sudden they all get apologizing, I was tripping, all this stuff. Well, Cliff is talking to Claire, and he says, you ever notice when we have our cookouts or my barbecues, people get lovey-dovey. And he's claiming it's his barbecue sauce that makes everybody
holy shit
feel better. And what's even like really worse when you think at the end of it, they're all making up, eating. Cliff is talking to Claire in the corner, and he says, I got a cup of the barbecue sauce up in the room.
Oh, no. How have I not seen this?
Basically saying, hey, let's go have some barbecue sauce and get it in. And that's how the episode ends. It's really wild. Well, the episode actually ends, Kenny, the little boy that used to run around with Rudy, he was eating and saying, Dr. Huxtable, this barbecue is really good. And he goes to grab it and gets it and wipes it because he don't want him to eat it.
Okay. So there are limits to this.
So there's limits. But
I love your neck, honey.
Yeah, they all look like they're high.
Well, it certainly is nice to see them work things out for themselves.
They haven't worked anything out for themselves. It's my barbecue sauce.
Oh, my God,
dude. Your barbecue sauce.
My barbecue sauce. Haven't you ever noticed after people have some of my barbecue sauce, after a while when it kicks in, they get all huggy-buggy?
Stop.
I'm dead serious. Haven't you ever noticed that after one of my barbecues and they have the sauce?
What?
How is this real?
Watching this now.
That's the way he's saying it is so rapey.
I got a cup of it up on the night table. And got a cup of it, I said. Left it up there breathing.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Jesus, dude. I've never seen that or heard that. That's crazy. I know about like his Spanish fly jokes, stuff like that, but that's like an adult setting, you know?
Yeah, that's on the #1 show. That was the show, man.
That's crazy.
Well, Eric Patterson, our sit-in, has a 6'9" birthday. Little fun facts about him.
That is fun.
And you said that you had written an email a while back about cursive, and because we were talking about cursive and learning cursive, and do they do that now? You said the third grader has been told they're going to bring back cursive.
So my older two,
bringing it back.
They don't know cursive.
They never learned it in school.
When you have to print. When they have to sign something, they do not know cursive. My youngest, they said they were going to bring it back. Like I said, she's going in the 5th grade. I don't think they've brought it back. I don't know if they're going to do it this year, but they still talking about they're going to bring it back.
It's like when I was in school, they always talked about the metric system. We're going to be doing it.
Yeah.
Although they actually taught us it, saying it's going to be, you're going to have to know this.
And I don't get too hung up on that because I think whatever you're learning helps you learn something else, right? Learning all that metric system stuff probably helped you. Just do math. Or school's all a waste of time and all BS. I don't know. I just think it's funny when people are like, oh, you're never going to use that in life. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's your attitude, dipshit.
Yeah.
Of course you're never going to use it. Why don't you use everything?
You do use everything.
We're never going to use that.
Use all the orifices.
Hell yeah.
That's all I got.
Who's up?
Who else we got?
Jeremy, welcome to the program.
My wife made y'all some cookies. Again. So,
awesome.
So you may not recall. Maybe you do.
Oh, from Houston?
From the
Houston, 6ix9ine event.
Akasha show.
The 420 event.
Yeah.
And also, in line at Akasha in Houston. We couldn't post pictures of them because we were still like under a gag order, and they said "fuck Cumulus" on the cookies, and I'm like, "Oh, these are nice, but you know."
A little shout out for y'all.
Yeah, those are great.
And you brought more.
DumbZone logo cookies.
Got a few DumbZone logos. I got some Beehive.
Hell yeah.
Some names for Dan and some rehab stuff.
Fantastic. You want to promote the business?
What was that?
You want to promote the business?
Yeah. BakedInDallas.com is my wife's website. If you need some decorated cookies or wedding cakes or anything.
Oh, I thought you guys lived in Houston.
BakedInDallas.com.
No,
we live out here.
Oh, you drove down to Houston
we drove down
and brought the cookies down to Houston.
Yeah. When we heard y'all were going, that's when she decided to make the cookies.
Because I remember we had those cookies going, well, this is a beating. We have to drive these back now. And
I went for it.
Yeah. He could have given it to us in Dallas, though.
That was a magical night.
That was cool, man.
Baked in Dallas.
Good show, too.
It was great.
Akash.
Good time.
Yeah. And we got a third bit.
What's up? I'm Sam. Jake, I don't know that I've ever asked you this. Way throwback. Points for sex scandal.
Yes.
Were you winning?
The piss gets taken out of that story the more you know about it because we got caught pretty quickly. Like, it was 1 week into it, before the whole house of cards had fallen down. So, now, if you wanted to retroactively do it, we created the game because we had been fingering. So I was like, all right, now we need to keep track of this.
What do we do with this new power?
Right. We should keep we're all talking about it anyways.
We know we're going to go farther than this.
Really, more than anything, this is a documentation thing.
Yeah.
So then we just wrote down all the crazy acts we could think of, none of which were going to be done ever by us, and if not, till our 20s. And those are the ones I had to read to my mom.
As you're crying,
dude, She still had like her face mask on, her robe, like 4:30 in the morning. She'd been crying the whole night.
What was the highest point value again?
Yeah, what was the worst one to read too?
Titty fucking is the worst thing you can say out loud to your mom because like somehow like anal sex is almost like funny, but titty fucking is like hot and it's like not funny and it's like, oh yeah, I know what that is and I'm after it, mom, and it's 4 points. There you go.
What would you do for that video?
Keep it from you. Thanks, boys.
Good.
Great time.
All right.
Adios, mofo.
We gotta go before this becomes a zoo.
Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe and type for my name if you want to watch more of my videos.
There's just no other way around it. The boys are putting out strong content. They're dropping audio, we found it. The sound of summertime sweetness. Long live the dumb zone. Listen once or play it back. Find community in a no puppet hat. Water burger car trays with autographs. Solidarity barefoot in the grass. I'm taking all my laughs, regurgitating all these stats. My friends call me their sports fucking dad, and that's rad. There's just no other way around it. This ain't AI, this just my sound bit. The boys been putting out some good shit. Long live the dumb zone. Straight from Texas, it's the dumb zone. Giving every DF a sport tone. Summer sweating, eating Blake like my name's Angelo. You know we miss the crow. You know we. Long live the dumb zone. The dumb zone. The dumb zone.
Look, all I know is cowboy season is upon us. And you and me and Jake and every other diehard Cowboys fan is getting ready to have our enthusiasm crushed. Every week, little by little, and just become collectively numb. But I think I speak for all of us when I say, fuck yeah, I'm ready for that shit. We them boys. This is our year. No, it's fine.